Hey, Umar, where's the school you promised?
And Umar, where's the school you promised? Hey, Umar, where's the school you promised us? We're still waiting for that school.
Hey, Umar, where's the school you promised us?
Where's the school? Where's the school gonna open, Umar?
Where's the school? Is the school gonna open, Umar?
Wait, you think I'm playing? Y'all hear that? Where's the school? They're still out there. Oh, good garbage grade, what am I gonna do? I tricked off all that money. Think I tell them we applied for our certificate of occupancy, but the city turned us down. Yeah.
All right, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for tuning on in. School's still not open. Excuse after excuse after excuse. We have some new video of these abandoned buildings in Wilmington, Delaware. Shout out to Brother Enterprise. We're gonna get into it. Let's go.
FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. It's coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG, it's coming. 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 Oh, it's coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. Thought his personality be twerking. It's twerking.
All right, yeah, that's a good point. The real knowledge. Didn't he say it was going to open in August of this year? He sure did. And we're in it's August 10th right now. So technically Umar's supposed to open the school in 11 days. But he also said that he was going to open the school in 2013, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 2014, 2006, no, 2013, 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, 22, 24, 25, 26, and now he's saying 2027. And yeah, it does. It looks the same, if not worse, especially with the mold. The mold is a whole lot worse. So Umar's changed the grand opening date. I believe that we counted 31 times based upon my research, if memory serves me correctly, 31 or 32 times since 2010, and there's no school in sight. I want to thank everyone for tuning on in. I turned the lights out in the back. Let me know, because it actually looks better on my screen, but if I need to, if it's too dark, let me know. I'll turn on the lights up on top here. Let me know inside the chat room, and make sure, let me know if the audio is good too. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning on in. The Umar Johnson saga continues. Umar was recently on the Art of Dialogue. I'm not sure if he gave an update on FDMG. I highly doubt that he did. If he did, then I'll find it, and we'll cover that sometime during this week. I plan on live streaming Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And it's cool. Okay, cool. Oh, thank you, Black Wolf. Thanks for tuning in too. What's up, Michael? Yeah, I know. Sea Green. What school? Yeah, there is no school. There is no school. But he was on the Art of Dialogue. And so I anticipate that the views will go up a little bit. He's become largely irrelevant, though. I've seen it in even on my YouTube page. The numbers are down for views, except for during live streams, which is cool. So live streams, it's actually, we're still getting 800, 900,000 people. So that's awesome. But I think Umar is largely irrelevant. And because he's lied so much about opening up this school, I think a lot of people at this point, they realize that he's not going to open up school. They might enjoy what he says when he's on our dialogue. But when it comes to the FDMG school scam, where he's raised millions of dollars, he's given at least 31 grand opening dates and continues to push back the date. It's supposed to be opening based upon last year. It's supposed to be opening in 11 days. That's not going to happen. And he always has an excuse. And I think people are realizing, more and more people are realizing at this point, that it's nothing more than a long con. And here we are. The Umar Johnson saga continues. Okay, I want to thank you guys again for tuning on in. And shout out to the mods too as well. What I would like to do today is we're going to get into a new video from Brother Enterprise. Here's a link to that video. And what I'll do is I'll post this throughout the live stream, because I want to get people over there to check it out. And then after this particular live stream is over with, I will pin this into the comment section on the top so that people can head on over, because he gives us his as he's showing things, he's given his perspective on that. What I've done is I've edited out the first part of it, and then like kind of like the middle part or a little segment of it from the middle part. And all we're going to look at is the actual video evidence. Okay. But then I want to encourage people to head over to Brother Enterprise's YouTube page to go check out his commentary, because he actually goes up there and he step by step, he walks through. Okay. So that's going to be what's going to be on the agenda for today. I also want to, there's a part in here where they show the, where Brother Enterprise shows the Moyer Academy sign that is still up there. And it looks horrible too, by the way. It's all dirty and everything. And I want to get into that a little bit too, because Umar did a video about that years ago. And in fact, it was in 2021 where people had asked him in 2021, why haven't you taken that signage down? And I want to show you guys what Umar Johnson's response was. Again, he acquired these trap banners February of 2019. By 2021, he still hasn't taken off the Moyer Academy sign. And then here we are in 2026 and it's still up. What does that tell you? Is he really serious about opening up a school? What's up, Information Man? Salute, sir. Is he really? What's up, Aisha? Is he really serious about opening up a school? No, because that should be the first thing that you do. Now, he has gotten signage put up for FDMG, but he hasn't taken signage down from the Moyer Academy. Okay, he's not serious. So make sure you vote on the poll question, which is, should Umar Johnson have taken down the Moyer Academy sign after 7 years and 6 months? It's been 7. Is that right? Yeah, 7 years and 6 months. Crazy. Okay. I want to make one other point before we get into this. And some of that point this out, I talked about this last week, that what Umar Johnson does and what he's doing now is he's focusing on what brings him the most amount of money. So there was a time where lecturing brought him a significant amount of money, right? He doesn't do that as much as he used to, because over all these years, he's burned so many bridges. He's had so many different fallouts. The women that would have him come out to speak and would put events together, he has a long history of getting at those women, and in some cases, sexually exploiting those women. Now, some of them, they was down with it, so it is what it is. But the point is that there should be a line of demarcation between business and so-called pleasure. That if you're about that life, you're supposed to be this black revolutionary, that you should be coming in with some level of integrity, and you're not there to try to have sex with the women that put you on, or the sex with the women that are there. But Umar, he's predatory in that way. Okay, and again, like I've been saying more recently, some of these women, I can't defend them anymore. They was down with the okie doke before he got there, and when he got there, they was down with the okie doke. Okay, whatever consequences they have, that's on them. I'm talking about the ones that Umar manipulated in particular. Those are the women that I have a level of I don't know what it is. I tend to want to defend. I'll say it that way. Okay. But the point I want to make is that now these days, Umar doesn't have a lot of speaking engagements. He's burned a lot of bridges. He done ran through a lot of the women that used to have him come through. Organizations talk with other organizations. So he doesn't focus as much on speaking like he used to. There was a time where he was doing like a book tour / it was during COVID / parent something. I don't know what it was. And that brought him some money, but not significant amount of money. So he tables that. He was working on a documentary. He was collecting donations for that all the way up through 2022, at least 2022. And he never produced that documentary. So he can't keep asking for money. So he sets that aside. He doesn't talk about that anymore. Same thing with the Rules of Romance book. So what Umar's doing now is he's doing more podcasts. That's why you see him on Art of Dialogue, which is a major podcast here on YouTube. But then you also see him on these kind of like struggle streaming podcasts, like the thing with the something T or whatever his name is, where prior to Umar, he would get like 10 views on a video or 15 views. Umar would do anything. But see, for Umar, as long as he gets that money, that's what he focuses on. So right now, what he's focusing on is trying to get onto podcasts as much as possible. And you notice he doesn't really talk much about FDMG anymore. Well, that's because donations don't come in like they used to. He always focuses on what's going to bring him the most amount of money. So that's why we're here now in 2026. And throughout this year, I can count, it's probably 5 or 6 times that Umar Johnson has live streamed up at these abandoned buildings in Wilmington, Delaware, 5 or 6 separate days out of this year. And today is August 10th of 2026. What does that tell you? And he's still asking for money. See? Okay. All right. Someone said my nose is shining. Okay, where's it coming from? I think it's coming from this side. Okay, I'll tilt this over just a little bit in just a moment. Okay, I don't want to be like Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer during the heat down. You know. Okay. Here, let me turn it Just a little bit that way. How's that? That's a little, well, still shining. It's still shining. I'll leave it back. I have decent lighting now, but I got to upgrade my lighting. I already upgraded my cameras. I got to upgrade my audio and my lighting. Those are the next two things. Anyway, thank you guys again for tuning on. Let me do these super chats real quick, and then we're going to get into the first video for today. YouTube5 says YouTube5 was wild in the last show. Yes, I do remember. Everybody that was here remembers. Thank you, YouTube5. Okay, tone it down. That's all I can say. Brian says, it sent in 200 joules. Thank you so much. And says, jamming on the one. That's what we used to say back then. Jamming on the one. Thank you, Brian. Hope you're doing all right, bro. Appreciate you. Black Morrow's in the building says, Umar opens his school in Boaks. Yeah, so maybe that's what we're waiting on. Umar, instead of opening up one school in Wilmington, Delaware, at a certain point, he's going to open up like a bulk of schools. You know, Chicago, Atlanta, New York, Manchester, Yorkshire, because this is what he said. In Ghana, he hasn't finished one building yet. It could be argued he hasn't finished a room. Okay. Thanks, Black Mario. Black Wolf says people see now Umar refused to be true. Yeah, I think that this is the case. People see now that Umar refuses to be truthful. It's a different time period. That's another reason I think Umar, he doesn't really talk much about FDMG anymore because people are hip to the game. He's been at this and running this school scam for such a long time. And yeah, people know that he lies about so many different things, including the current lie that he's telling in terms of the city of Wilmington is sabotaging him. The city of Wilmington, that the inspector who does the certificate of occupancy is trying to sabotage him. And then it's an immigrant from Jamaica. Okay, he's pushing this whole narrative about, you know, the African Americans or black people here in the United States of America versus immigrants. That's what he's doing there. That's why he created that one thing, DAFA, right? Descendants of African freedmen in America, something to that effect. So he's interwoven these different things to create this false narrative. It's a lie about why it is that he hasn't gotten a certificate of occupancy. Even though back on the Breakfast Club back in the day, he was talking about the certificate of occupancy. That was probably, I want to say, about 4 years ago. If memory serves me correctly. And then he says and then I remember he said he came up with that lie about the sabotage. And I said, well, why doesn't he go to that person's superior to get this corrected? Now, then I said, and if that person doesn't correct this issue, why doesn't he go to the superior above that person? Remember I said that? Hit the one. And then what does Umar do? He watched these videos. He might be watching right now. What's up, Umar? What does he do? He changes the narrative. Then he starts saying, you know, it's not just the Jamaican immigrant. It's also that person's boss, which is a black woman, and then that person's boss, the black woman's boss, which is a black man. So it's 3 black people who sabotage him. But see, he only came up with that after I called him out on the foolishness. Hit the one. But you know what? It's all lies. That's the point I want to make. And see, people see now, and you've been around from the beginning, Black Wolf. Back in the day, there was so many people defending Umar. There were so many people going at Umar Johnson's critics, lying on Umar Johnson's critics. I've experienced a lot of that. You know, attacking people online, going after people's families, calling people's place of business too, but calling people's jobs and employers, trying to get people fired. They did that to me. And a whole host of other things. But we don't really see that now these days, because these days, now, people know that Umar is a pathological liar. And he's a con man and a scammer, amongst other things. Okay? Thanks, Black Wolf. YouTube5 says FDMG walls are as brown staked as Umar Johnson. Cut it out. Okay, now you are right about the walls. We're gonna get to that in just a minute, because Brother Enterprise, shout out to Brother Enterprise, he went up there and gave a full tour. Okay, but the other part, we're gonna leave that alone. Thank you for the super chat, user 225. Also, thank you, Black Wolf and Black Morrow Brian. And also, thanks everybody for hanging in there with me. You know, this has been a long journey for show. Anton sent in 250 joules, says a clapping seal. Okay, all right, right on. I appreciate that. And Gray Pill sent in a W for the win. Thank you, the 10 joules. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Randy says Umar Johnson also said that he slept on the couch. Okay, all right. But we have to set that aside. I'm sorry. It was hilarious. I mean, it was something to, you know, but we have to set that aside. Every once in a while, I play that video we used to play. You remember? But that's just me when I want to have I can't do that anyway. Thanks, Randy. It's Umar Johnson. It's been wild. It's been wild. We can say that for sure. Thanks, Randy. Grace says thumbs up. Thank you so much, Greg. I appreciate it. Enterprise said you edited out the first 5 minutes slash class. Yeah, well, the thing is, I just want to stick with the video. So just the video footage of the school. But what I will do is throughout the live stream, I'll post a link for people to go and check out your whole video. And then once this live stream is over with, I'll pin it to the top too. So we'll get viewers over there. Okay, we'll get viewers over there. Thanks, Enterprise, for the super chat. And thanks for going out there too. Aisha says it's the FDMG Moyer Academy, Garvey Academy on Frederick Douglass Boulevard. Yeah, you might as well throw it all in there. See, if you have, let me just put it this way, because FDMG should function as a business. Okay, Umar, he's not business minded. That's why. I'm sorry. Let me. My daughter's text me. Hold on one second. Okay. Yeah, she left her memory card to the camera, because I bought 2 of these, but I let her use one out. I was gonna give it to her. It's like a $1,200, sometimes $1,400 camera. But I told her if she takes photography at school, then I'll give. Oh, I didn't tell her that, but I told my wife that if she decides to take photography, and I bought her all these books. She ain't read none of them for cameras and stuff. That if she takes photography, then I'm just going to give her the camera, and I'll say, well, I'll need to use it, you know, every once in a while, and she'll be okay with that. But anyway, she left her memory card, so she's going to have her friend pick it up, and her friend's going to go and take it to her. All right, so I'm going to have to go upstairs and to get the card in just a little bit. Okay, I apologize. All right, that's my daughter. Anyway, I was going to make a point. Yeah. So so they don't value, and you can put it down. Okay. Okay, yeah, I apologize. Okay, so FDMG should operate like a business, and Umar, he's not business savvy, he's not tech savvy, he has no organization skills either. The point I want to make is that from the time that he purchases these abandoned buildings in February 2019 for $400,000, signage should have been taken off right away. Just like if you open, let's say you guys opened up your own business and it's a storefront, brick and mortar. If there's another sign on there, let's say you're going to open up, I don't know, a vegan restaurant, but there's a sign on there that says Burger King. When you purchase it, are you going to leave that signage up there for 7.5 years? No, you're not going to do that. Day one, as a business, you're going to take that down. And day one, as a business, you're going to have your signage put up. But Umar hasn't done that. He hasn't taken down this. So now he did get signage put up after a while. It took him a couple of years. He finally got, I think it was about 3 years, if memory serves me correctly. He got signage put up there to trap bandos. But prior to that, he didn't do that. And then here we are 7.5 years later. He still hasn't taken the signage down from the previous business that operated there. But Umar's not business savvy. He's not tech savvy, and he has no organization skills. So yeah, you can throw all this in there. Okay, the Moyer Academy, that academy has been around. It was around for a long, well, no, I shouldn't say a long time, but I'm talking about the historically speaking. If we go back, it opened for the first time back in 2006. So that's a year after Umar resigns from the UNIA. Umar's still working as a school psychologist at that time. 2006. It closes in 2012. That's what I'm saying. It's those buildings, and the buildings were there before the Moyer Academy too. But I'm saying since the Moyer Academy opened, it's been 20 years. So in essence, we go from 2006 to 2006 to 2009. It closes in 2009. So let me get this right. It opens in 2006. It closes. No, I'm sorry. The foundation fails in 2009. It closes in 2010. So it had about a 4-year run. And then 2 years later, it opens back up in 2012. And then it closes again in 2015. And then Umar acquires it in 2019, and now we're in 2026. From the time that it closed to present, it's been over a decade, and they've been vacant ever since it closed. So it's been, those buildings have been legitimately vacant for over a decade now. Okay. The point is, yeah, you can throw in the Umar Academy. Umar's not he's not taking down the signage. He's not doing any of that type of stuff, and he don't care because he's not serious about opening up a school. That should have been done day one, okay, as a legitimate business. Okay. Thanks, Aisha, for the super chat. Afro, and another way you can tell that Umar, he doesn't have business sense, and he's not tech savvy. He doesn't understand how social media works. He has over 1 million followers on Instagram alone, and he can't market his Instagram page so that he's generating enough income so that he doesn't have to scam for FDMG. That's crazy. He should be running his Instagram page as a business. Now, if Umar had a legitimate business, okay, fine. But he doesn't have a legitimate business, and he doesn't have a job. See? But Umar, he's not tech savvy. He doesn't understand business. Okay? He's always on the hustle. He's trying to find the next hustle to get the most amount of money for the least amount of effort. Okay? Thanks, Aisha. Afro Punk Chick said, how's it going? Sent in 2 jewels and says Silver Star. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here too. And then Anton sends 2 jewels and says 100. All right, appreciate that. Lewis Suck says, at this point, I can see him wearing an Elmo costume to kids' parties. A kid will ask him to dance. He'll mush the kid onto the what? What? He'll mush the kid onto the couch and point to his palm and then his watch. What? What are you? What? It looks at I don't know. I don't know. It looks like, yeah, Umar, he's a character. And I said this last week that the younger people, the younger generation, even though Umar, he frames it as if all these young people look up to him. That's not the case at all. The younger generation, they see him as a clown. Yeah, he's like an Elmo. He's entertainment. That's why on TikTok, they got all these different memes. In fact, Lewis, Umar was interviewed. I can't remember who interviewed him. I think it was Big Loon, because James sent me the link. Shout out to James. James sent me the link. I think it was Big Loon. He was interviewed by Big Loon, and they brought up this really popular, big time social media influencer. I think they do skits and stuff like that. It's not Drewski. It's not I Show Speak. There's another guy. I can't remember. Anyone in the chat know what I'm talking about? But he has I guess it's an online university where he teaches people how to do social media. Umar needs to take that course. But you should have seen Umar, and he this guy's real popular with the younger generation. You should have Umar. He's trying to come up with any old kind of way to connect with this young brother to try to get paid. Yeah, that's it. Kai Sanat. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, his name is Kai Sanat, and he has a university. So I guess Loon asked him about it and was saying, I don't know, I can't remember exactly, but Umar, he was like, yeah, well, if he wanted to have me come in and I could bring the consciousness, and he could pay me, but then he don't got to pay me. See, he's always trying to come up on some money. But the thing is that Umar, at the age of 51, he should have already have understand how to run social media to where he's making money. Why not? But he doesn't have business acumen. He's not organized. He's not tech savvy, and it doesn't take a lot. And then he doesn't understand social media. He doesn't understand social media at all. Anyway, the younger generation, including the people who watch people like Kai Sanat and Drewski, because my daughter was the first one who told me about Drewski. I was like, who is that? This is before Umar was on there. I said, I don't know who that is. But the younger generations, they're not looking for Umar. Umar's trying to find ways to connect to the younger generation. But see, if he's supposed to be this big time black leader, he should have already been able to do this. He has these abandoned buildings in Wilmington, Delaware. If he was serious about opening a school, wouldn't he have connected with young people through this FDMG project, right? But he hasn't done that. He's had these properties now for 7.5 years. And back in 2010, he said the school was going to open in 2013. He hasn't done one thing for them children up over there in Wilmington, Delaware. No sports league, book drive, backpack drive, Chromebook drive, a Halloween. He could have just turned them things into a Halloween house for the kids to come through as trap bandolish, those things. Anyway. All right. Thanks, Lewis. Skit Mania sent in 10 jewels. Thank you so much and says thumbs up. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Anton sent 10 jewels as a gold coin. Thank you. Skit Mania also says 250 jewels, a laughing disco. All right. I'll be giving the jewels. Thank you. I don't know what to do with them. You know, it's good though. We have a good time. UG5 says, okay, but on your mama, you think Umar Johnson has clean? Look, I'm not going to answer that, UG5. I don't even want to think about that. Okay. And no, that's beyond the scope for me. Okay. Truth using logic, two jewels, 100. And I thought about what, I can't remember what it was, but you sent in a message to break down what it is, because we were talking about how Umar, when he was out there in the UK, and he was specifically talking towards the women that were in the audience, and he says, you know, these black men or these, you know, and talking about all how bad they were, as if he's not that bad, when in point of fact he is and worse, but then trying to make himself appear to be better than these black men, throwing the black men under the bus to make himself appear better. But really, it's just manipulation. He wants these women to look at him in a particular light. But you provided the phrase. I got to go back and memorize that, because it's exactly what you had typed in. That's exactly what Umar Johnson does. Okay, so shout out to Truth Using Logic, and thank you for the 2 jewels. 2 jewels again from Kit Mania. Thank you so much. Says 100. TJ says, Lenon, you sweating like Umar at a child support case. Am I sweating? I'm not sweating, am I? Already. I got a rag though, so if I need to, I'll just go like that right quick. Is it too dark in here? I think it is, because what you call it is the sun's going down. But let me just turn this way. And I got to run upstairs and get this card in just a moment here. Okay, that should help just a little bit. All right. Thank you, TJ. Yeah, if y'all see me sweating or something, just let me know in the chat room. I got a rag with the what you call it right here. It's been hot. I mean, 100, 102 degrees, like consistently. Crazy. They've been leaving this air condition on, so I already know that the electric bill is probably going to be close to $400, but I already budgeted it in. I said I already know what's going to happen, because they don't listen to me. I said, listen, you guys go run some fans. I bought all these fans last year, and all they want to turn on the air conditioner. Anyway, thanks, TJ. Kit Mania also sent a 6 jewels again, and it says chili. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Y'all remember chili from what you call it? And then also 10 jewels gold coin. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Leonard, you ain't made $1 million? Not at one time. That's what Umar said. I've never had $1 million at one time. Okay, so then you did get over $1 million in donations in, right? Well, anyway, thanks, TJ. Skip Mania, Silver Star, and also Hiding. Thank you so much. And then Natasha sent in 100 jewels, says high five. High five to you. Always get a high five. Thank you so much, Natasha. I appreciate that. Okay, let's get going here. Thank you guys, everyone, for all of the jewels and also all the super chats. If you send the super stickers, thank you so much. And thank you guys again for tuning on. Is it a heat wave? I don't know. Is that the case everywhere else? Okay, if wherever you're at, let me know what temperature, like the high is wherever you're at. I'm telling you, it's been a consistently upper 90s, lower hundreds up over here for I don't know how long. You know, it's crazy. Okay, and then Just V sent in 440 jewels and says, Uncle alert, Uncle alert. That's how you know you old, when the young people say uncle, call you uncle. Did I say 102? Yeah, it's been getting 102, but late upper 90s, lower 100s. Thank you, Just V, for the 440 jewels. I appreciate it. Okay. Yeah, that's your Bougie says my favorite Umar quote, I never had $1 million at one time in donations. Yeah, but you did get him, and you got way more than $1 million. Okay, 90. Okay. Yeah, no, it's been really hot. It's been getting to 100s in some places out here. 94. Okay, 104. Wow. Yeah. Highs for well, that's cool. Yeah, it's been what you said, it's hot. No heat waves, and yeah, okay, yeah. Well, that's Phoenix. It's always hot out there. Yeah, that's desert. Okay, it's 87 right now in Louisiana. Yeah, but that's right now. What time is it out there? Yeah, so it's evening time. It's still 87 degrees. TJ says I'm in Cali. It's hotter than a Umar's band. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, TJ. 92, lower 100s. Where you at? 100 today. Heat index 106. Yeah, it is. I think it is. It's been hot. here in Port of Spain, Trinidad, 90 degrees in Trinidad. Shout out to the Trinis. Hotlanta. That's what Umar says. Hotlanta. Yeah, 83 in Detroit. Okay, 76. That's cool. That's comfortable though, Skit. That's comfortable right there. It's 69 degrees in Tunde. Okay, let me get. What's up, D. Will says 101 in North Texas. Yeah, it's been relatively hot. I mean, it's summer, but still. Okay, so let's get going here. I want to pull up the video where Umar is. Wait, let me see. Which one is this? Hold on 1 second. Because I got. Okay, that's that one. Okay, let's do this first. So just to give, before we get to the main video by Enterprise, and here's a link to his video right here. Put it in what you call it. Let me do this real quick. Boston Man says it's 83 in Boston. Okay. Let me do this. This will take about 5 minutes. So of course, I've already shown this millions of times. Umar Abdullah Johnson, Abdullah, as he says, Abdullah Johnson, January 6th of 2010. He stated that the school is going to open September 11, 2013. Yeah, you guys, I've shown this so many times. But I want to play something now, for you guys.
Brothers and sisters, I am proud and I am pleased to announce to you at this moment, Black August 11th of 2023. I'm live, King. Black August 11th of 2023. I'm on a live stream, King. I'm here for a minute, though. Swing back around. Okay, I got you. That we have finally completed all of the renovations for the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey RBG International Leadership Academy for Pan African Excellence. I'm gonna say it again. Today, August 11th, 2023, Black August, we have completed all of the renovations for the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey RBG International Leadership Academy for Pan African Excellence.
Okay, we don't have to hear him say it again. So can everyone type inside the chat room 8/11/2023? So August 11th of 2023, renovations were complete. They were done. That's what Umar is saying. If people can type in there 8/11/2023. So I just want to put this timeline. He lies so much. Okay, August 11th of 2023. Okay, let's skip through. Here's Umar on the Breakfast Club, June 10th of 2024.
For the certificate of occupancy.
You think that's going to be hard?
More time.
So once we do that last layer of coat and do them floors, we applying for the certificate of occupancy.
Okay, yeah, but if you have to do a last layer of paint and do the floors, wouldn't that mean that renovations weren't complete? And if renovations weren't complete and on June 10th of 2024, why did he say that they were complete on August 11th of 2023? Y'all see my point? Hit the one. That's why timelines are so important. He had already said that renovations were complete August 11th, 2023. But in this video up here on the Breakfast Club with Charlemagne, who I still to this day defends Umar in this scam. I wonder how much money he's donated. Probably none. On this date, June 10th of 2024, Umar is saying clearly that there's still work that needs to be done. You can't say that work is done and then all the work is done, and then you say work still needs to be done. That's mutually exclusive, but it shows you that Umar is a liar. Okay, now watch this.
So once we do that last layer of coat and do them floors, we applying for the certificate of occupancy.
You think that's going to be hard to get?
Okay, now this is important because this is Umar telegraphing a future lie. Okay, he's saying this back in 2024 about the certificate of occupancy. Umar hasn't thought about whether or not it's going to be difficult. It's because Charlemagne mentioned, do you think, and he asked the question, do you think it's going to be difficult? Umar, he pauses and he's figuring out some sort of a lie to make it seem as if, okay, yeah, it is going to be difficult. See, this gives Umar an opportunity to telegraph a lie way in advance, okay? None of this is true, but he's going to say it. Watch this.
So once we do that last layer of coat and do them floors, we applying for the certificate of occupancy.
You think that's going to be hard to get?
It could be.
See that? Umar pauses and he says it could be. He's identified it in that moment because he's a pathological liar that he can use this excuse in the future to continue to perpetuate this scam indefinitely, like he's doing now in 2026.
Because in talking with some of the businesses in the neighborhood, they're telling me.
See, in talking with some of the businesses in the neighborhood, what businesses are you talking to? Who did you talk to? When did you talk with them? What did they say exactly? See, he doesn't give that information because he's making this up on the spot. See, Umar pauses and he's thinking of a lie. But then once he starts lying, it flows because that's what he does. He's a pathological liar.
That they've had to wait months before the city came out to do their inspection.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so he's saying that they would have to wait months, not years, but months. Well, Umar stated that renovations were completed back on August 11th of 2023, which would mean that he would put in a certificate of occupancy shortly thereafter. And if it would take a matter of months, wouldn't he have it by now? Wouldn't he have a certificate of occupancy by now? Wouldn't it come out to and look and go through everything, the HVAC and the electricity and the plumbing and the everything? No, that hasn't happened. But see, here he's saying it would take a couple months, but if it would take a couple months, he should have already had done this by now, right? Because he stated in August 11th of 2023 that renovations were completed. Hit the one. Got him.
Months before the city came out, the neighborhood, they're telling me that they've had to wait months before the city came out to do their inspection. Mm-hmm. This is what they're saying. I don't know if it's true. Mm-hmm. They say, Doc, you might got.
See, I don't know if it's true.
To wait a minute, and because you are who you are, they might try to nitpick you too. Mm-hmm. So I'm just going to, hope for the best. You know what I mean? But cautiously understand that because they never thought we would finish.
Mm-hmm. See, now he's saying that they're finished. I thought you said that you still had renovation work that needed to be done, painting and floors. But again, you also, and this is from June 10th of 2024, but Umar also stated that renovations were completed back on August 11th of 2023. So which one is it? Which one is it? Which one is it? Because there's so many different is-its. And how's it going, Miranda? There's so many different is-its. You got to pick which one because they're all of them are mutually exclusive.
Hoping don't get to the point where we got to drag the city into court for discrimination against us because.
See that? He sets this up way in advance. He's making this up on the spot too, by the way, because Charlamagne asked him a question. Is it going to be difficult? Is it going to be hard? This is what you call a pathological liar. And he says this way back in 2024. We're in 2026, 2 years later.
They never thought we were finished and we done. You know what I mean?
Now he's saying that they're done. How are you done when you just stated that you still had some floors to do and some painting to do? You see this? He also said that he was done back on August 11th of 2023. Let's keep going.
And God willing, I believe if they don't take forever to inspect the building, hoping we get these floors done quickly, we should be able to have our inspection before the end of the summer.
The school is here. The school.
So the inspection by the end of the summer, that would have been the summer of 2024. We are now in the summer of 2026, and he still hasn't gotten this done.
School is almost done. Do you think that some of these Negroes are going to be protesting the most?
Yes, because they're not going to stop. Now that I'm open, they got to move the goal.
Okay, you're not open. You weren't open on June 10th of 2024, and you're not open on August 10th of 2026. You see how much this guy lies? He lied about renovations being done August 11th of 2023. He's lying about being open now. See how he keeps lying and just builds upon lies, build upon lies. Now he's saying that now that he's open, but I thought you said that you haven't gotten a certificate of occupancy. I thought you said that you still have to do floors and some painting. So you can't be done. You see how he lies perpetually.
Goalpost, right?
That's right.
Brothers and sisters.
Goalpost, right? Yes, because they're not going to stop. Now that I'm open, they got to move the goalpost, right?
See, now this is what you call, this is a form of gaslighting. Umar's trying to say that his critics would include me, that we are moving the goalposts. No, Umar's been moving the goalposts since at least 2010. But he wants to blame it on other people. See that? I'm going to tell you women, if you're dealing with men that all they do is blame other people, okay, he ain't, anyway. Listen, Umar, listen, here's the goalpost right here. On January 6th of 2010, Umar, this is his goalpost. He said promises in 2010 to begin laying the groundwork for the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Pan African School for Black Boys, specializing in learning disabilities and disruptive behavior disorders, This will be a private school, and yes, you will pay in order for your son to attend. The grand opening, September 11, 2013. And then he changes the grand opening date. Since that time, at least 31 different grand opening dates he's given. But then he tells people that his critics, which would include me and some of y'all too, probably most of y'all, that we're the ones moving the goalposts. See, no accountability on Umar's part, but that's also a form of gaslighting. He's the one that's moved the goalposts. All right, so we had August. Okay, real quick. We have January 6th of 2010. We got about 100 people in the building. Make sure you hit that like button too while you're enjoying, if you're enjoying the show. Matter of fact, hit it anyway because it helps to get these videos out into the algorithm. Our goal is 400 likes. It only take you 2 seconds, but it makes a huge difference. And for those of y'all who already hit that like button, thank you so much. I appreciate it. So Umar Abdullah Johnson on January 6th, 2010, he said the grand opening was going to be in 2013. August 11th of 2023, he says that he's done with renovations. June 10th of 2024, he says that he's not done with renovations, but then he says that the school is already open. Okay. And he also he tells another lie that, you know, the business owners in that area told him that the city is going to take a long time to get a certificate of occupancy. It could take months. And well, that's back in 2024. We're in 2026. He still hasn't gotten a certificate of occupancy. There's another certificate. There's another certificate he has to get before he gets a certificate of occupancy too, by the way. But we're not going to get into that right now. Now let's go to this year, February 14th of 2026.
Brothers and sisters, I just wanted to go live today to give my 4 times great grand cousin, the Honorable Frederick Douglass, his birthday present. I just wanted to go live for a few minutes, if y'all don't mind, to give my 4 times great grand cousin, the Honorable Frederick Douglass, his birthday gift. And to the Honorable Frederick Douglass, the greatest black leader in American history, to whom I'm related by blood. Frederick Douglass is a second generation.
Okay, he's lying right there too. We ain't gonna get on. He lies so much. The family came out and told and did Black Anonymous did a whole thing on the blog. Furthermore, the family came out and issued a statement that's on the blog. And then Umar Johnson's daddy took a DNA test, and it comes back that they're not related to Frederick Douglass. But Umar still runs with it to this day, and he knows it too because his daddy did that in 2018. Umar knows that.
Descendant of Isaac and Betsy Bailey and the Prince of Pan Africanism, Dr. Umar Ifatunde Oguntade. I am a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I am an 8th generation descendant of Isaac and Betsy Bailey. We are both descendants of Isaac and Betsy Bailey, and on his 208th solar return. On the 208th solar return of the Honorable Frederick Douglass, I want to give to you, my great ancestor, a completed school in your name and honor. The Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy has been swept out. All the trash has been taken to the dumpster, and we are ready for inspection in the name of Frederick.
So now he's ready for inspection February 14th of 2026. But he also said that renovations were completed, which would have been that he's ready for inspections back on August 11th of 2023. And on the Breakfast Club in 2024, he stated that he still needed work, that work still needed to be done. Then he said that the school was done. If the school was done in 2024, why is he finishing it up again in 2026? Y'all see the point?
Douglass, give me some love. Give me some black African love right now. Give me some black African love. We completed all the repairs on the centennial of Negro History Week, February 7th, 2026. And today, on Frederick Douglass's birthday, the black man who escaped from Baltimore through Wilmington, Delaware, Frederick Douglass, I am pleased to report to you, my great ancestor, that the school has been swept out. And on Tuesday, because Monday is a holiday, I think they celebrate Abraham Lincoln, who was an associate of yours. I think they celebrate President Abraham Lincoln, who was an associate of yours, Honorable Frederick Douglass. But the day after Monday, which is Tuesday the 17th, which is the eclipse in Aquarius, solar eclipse. Where my Leos at one time? Where my Leos at?
There he
Where
goes.
my Aquarius at one time? So on the solar eclipse day, we will contact the city respectfully and humbly and ask for them to come out and inspect the Honorable Frederick Douglass and Honorable Marcus Garvey Elementary School and the Nat Turner John Jacques Dessalines Gymnasium.
Okay, and that's not even how the process. You can call them, but you can go on the website and just put in your information and then get put on a calendar. They'll give you a calendar of availability, and you just select the one that you want, and they'll come out. But see, Umar knows that renovations aren't complete. He knows that when they come through, they don't even have to go inside. They can look out on the exterior and see how bad it looks and the mold and everything, and there's an automatic fail. He knows that. That's why he has to come up with this lie. It was telegraphed when he was on the Breakfast Club back in 2024. It's probably my daughter.
We are ready to get to work. Are we not, brothers and sisters? Are we ready to get to work? Are we ready to start decorating our school? Are we ready to get ready for the grand opening? Our time has come.
Peace and Pan Africanism, peace and.
And then June 26th, he does this video and says that renovations are complete. This guy, he's diabolical. I'm gonna let this play. I got to run upstairs to go grab this card for my daughter. And I gotta, yeah, okay, I'll be right back. I'll let this play.
Pan Africanism. This is your big brother, Dr. Umar Tunde Oguntade, with a special shout out to all the donors of the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey RBG International Leadership Academy. I want to let y'all know, brothers and sisters, that we have waxed the floor, brothers and sisters. We have waxed the floor. Your school is ready for decoration. I repeat, your school is ready for decoration. I repeat, your school, my school, our school, the first school in American history built by the African diaspora is ready for decoration, brothers and sisters. We have not gotten our final building inspection. We are being held up, but we are going to be patient and respectful, as patient and respectful as we can possibly be under the circumstances, brothers and sisters. Your school is ready to be decorated, but we need a certificate of occupancy. Your school is ready to be decorated, but we need a certificate of occupancy. I want to thank all my donors who've been standing with us. We are complete, brothers and sisters. Look at your school. Look.
See how he's saying we are complete, but didn't he say that back on August 11th of 2023? And then also on the Breakfast Club in 2024. And he also said that he was open in 2024. You see this? But he telegraphed this a long time ago about the certificate of occupancy and the delay. Okay. Yeah, I got to grab these groceries too outside. So I'll let this play. I'll be right back.
Look at your school, brothers and sisters. We are complete and we are ready to decorate for our children. We are ready to decorate for our community. Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy is ready to operate, brothers and sisters. We are ready to operate, brothers and sisters. Hit your PayPal, paypal.me/FDMG Academy. Hit your PayPal, paypal.me/FDMG Academy. You must donate or you cannot participate. I said you must donate or you cannot participate. Look at those floors, brothers and sisters. We ready. The FDMG Pan Africanists will be learning. We are ready, brothers. And look at the shine on that floor, brothers and sisters. Are y'all ready for academic revolution? Are y'all ready for academic revolution? Are y'all ready for the intellectual insurrection, brothers and sisters? In this holy building, in these sacred classrooms, in these sacred walls, there will be an academic and intellectual revolution like one you have never seen in your life, brothers and sisters. Like one you have never seen in your life. The revolution is coming, academic and intellectual. Black boys will be saved. Black girls will be saved. And the community programming will be off the hook. I said the community programming will be off the hook. I said the community programming will be off the hook, brothers and sisters. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. The community programming will be off the hook. Hit your PayPal. PayPal.me/FDMG Academy.
I wasn't there for my daughter. And she may expose me on one of these podcasts one day and say, Daddy, you're the reason I can't find good black love because you never validated me as a woman.
You feel me? If you with me, you with me. If you ain't, you ain't. I'm not begging nobody. The only thing good that's coming out of this unfortunate situation is everybody got to pick a side. Pick a side and stay on it.
Okay. All right. I'm still getting groceries. So I just want to play all of that in sequence so that we have our timeline together. And remember, Umar is claiming that renovations are complete. 2023, 2024, twice in 2026. And then now we're going to get to video evidence. Don't go based upon what Umar says. Don't go based upon what Umar Johnson followers say. Go based upon the evidence. And shout out to Brother Enterprise, because a couple of days ago, he went up there to these trap banners in Wilmington, Delaware. All right, let's get into it. Here we go.
My good people, as I've already said.
All right, and what I'll do, let me do this. I'm going to play it and let him do the commentary. And then when I come back, I'll start from the beginning and I'll give you guys my commentary on how everything looks. Okay, because I got to get these groceries and put them away too. Okay, so I'll be right back. Shout out there when the cook first said, here we go.
Now, my good people, as I've already said, this is what you're paying for. This right here. You see the mold coming off the top? This is where your money's going. You see the boarded up windows? Look at this. Look at this. We got littered trash. The spores from the building are growing wild mushrooms. So we could take those and we can harvest those and they can be for the people. Do you see the mold pouring out of everything? Pouring out of the window fixtures. Pouring out of the... Pouring off of the roof. Pouring out of the light fixtures. We got bolted up doorways. It's even coming out of the light socket. Can somebody cut the grass, people? Where are my grass cutters at? Where are my grass cutting Africans at? Look at this, more wild mushrooms growing. We need to come harvest these mushrooms. They just wasting away. Look at the streaks of the mold coming off. This is where your money is going, people. Don't you know I'm doing great things with the money? This is what you investing in right here. In the 7 years that we had both of these buildings, this is where your money goes. Look at this. We are even growing foliage on top of the building. Who can say that they're doing that? Who can say that they're growing foliage on top of a building? Can't nobody say that. Nobody in the conscious community. I'm the only one. We got graffiti and foliage all down the sides. I'm the only one in the conscious community doing this. I got live buildings. The buildings are coming alive, people. Who is back here decorating on my walls? I didn't authorize these murals to be decorating on my walls. Don't you love the sheer deterioration of these buildings? This is what you put your money into. This is what's getting ready to open. I told you we ready for the certificate of occupancy. I told you. This is where your kids gonna go to school at. Look at the razor wire on the fence line. They're protected. E5 Fraud Day is gonna protect your children with razor wire and rusty gates. I done tried to told y'all. I was here for the people, because I loves the people. Hit your PayPal, I done told you. These beautiful murals. Look at all this. Look at all these beautiful wild mushrooms. African mushrooms. Ogun mushrooms. Look at the unkempt foliage back here. Don't you love the mold pouring out of the building? Don't you love it? This is what you're paying for. You've got to love this. You have to love this. Millions and millions of dollars that you done gave me over the years. The podcasters. This is what you're promoting. This is who I am. Thank you, Chop by T. Thank you, It's Up There Podcast with Loon. Thank you, Father David. I understand that you haven't been here. I understand that you don't know what's going on. I understand that you're believing all the bullcrap lies that I'm giving you and promoting me like I'm doing something for the community.
Okay, I'm back. I see the comment section is going crazy. Someone said I'm missing it. I haven't watched the video yet, but I'm going to get into it in just a moment. Shout out to Brother Enterprise, too, for going up there and I mean, boots on the ground, actual evidence and proof. I could hear the audio. He said something about the mold and the mushrooms. I said, oh, my goodness. Real quick, let me get caught up with the super chats, and then I'm going to start the video over, and then I'll give you guys my commentary. Here is the full video, though. If you guys want to, when you get some time, check it out on Brother Enterprise's YouTube page. Okay, let me do this real quick because I'm a little behind. I'm live, King. That's the plug. Allegedly. You know, he got people that be coming through. So allegedly, that's the plug coming through. He said, roll back around or something like that. Come back through. Thanks, TJ. Mactastic 1914 sent in a super sticker. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Enterprise says, when I catch him up there, it won't be a... You should probably ask him, is the school open? Say, Umar, is the school open? Can I have a tour since everything is done? See, if everything was done, why doesn't Umar go through and show everything? Right? If everything was done, wouldn't he be, he would be showing, and he would be gloating about it, right? Because you know how Umar is, and he would be bragging about it, and look at the haters, what you going to say, all this kind of talk. He hasn't done that yet. Now, he did the one video, but he doesn't go through everything. He doesn't. He just shows what he wants to show in order to give the illusion that everything is done. But no, he doesn't walk through every single square foot of that abandoned school. There's abandos. And notice Umar doesn't say anything about the gym, the small gym. And of course, the other side of the street, which is the larger building, Most of the value is over there on that side of the street. He hasn't done anything over there in 7.5 years. And people still think that he's going to open up a school. You know how ridiculous that sounds? But we have evidence and proof, courtesy of Enterprise, that shows you, no, renovations aren't done up there. There's no way. There is a poll question. Should Umar Johnson have taken down the Moyer Academy sign after 7 years and 6 months? 89% said yes, 11% said no. Make sure you get your vote in during this live stream. Our goal for likes today is 400. If you're enjoying the show, go on and hit that like button. We're at 309, so we're doing good. Let's see if we can get those likes up so we can get to 400. Okay. Okay. Thanks again, Enterprise. Rated R for Robin says, can you play the video when he said he was doing a 7-day Kwanzaa grand opening event in 2023? Yeah, I'm not sure. I know he did it. I know he stated that, but he would do that every single year. He would say that they're going to do a 7-day Kwanzaa event. I don't know which video that is. I will look. Likely that he said that in 2023, maybe at the end of 2022, but I don't have a reference point in terms of where he said that at, what he had on, context or anything like that. But I will look. I rated R for Robin. That's going to be a tough one. But yeah, he did say that. What he would do is he would also combine this idea of 7-day of Kwanzaa grand. This is it. He would combine the idea of doing 7 days of Kwanzaa celebration. He would combine that with the grand opening. So he would say, let's say for 2023, August 20, we're going to open the school August 21st, which is his birthday of 2023. Okay, we get closer and closer to August 21st, and he knows it's not going to open of 2023. So then he says, well, we're going to open it during the 7 days of Kwanzaa. We're going to do a grand opening. So that would be in December, because that's right. December, that's when Kwanzaa takes place, is in December, right? But you see how he just pushes it. And then he would say in 2024, because then we get into 2024, we're going to do this Black History Month. We're going to have a grand opening during Black History Month. He always tries to tie it to some historical event or some holiday or something like that. But it never comes to pass. But I will look, Rated R for Robin. I'll look for it. Thank you for the super chat. Real quick, someone that pointed this out. This is channel Up the Tree, says in a few years, the idea of FDMG will be 18 years old, enough to declare itself an adult and walk away from Umar. Yeah, it'll be grown by then. But to be clear, Umar conceptualizes FDMG in 2004. Because he states, I conceptualized it in 2005, but it was before that. Okay, that would be at least 2024. So we can go with 2024. That would mean that FDMG as of today is the idea, the concept. It's at least 22 years old. And not one Black child has been educated. He's collected millions of dollars, and not one Black child has been educated. That's what I'm saying. I don't see why people think that he's serious. He said the school's going to open in 2013. This 2026. Channel Up the Tree, FDMG is already grown. It's 22. FDMG can go and get liquor. They'll probably do anyway. Go get the gin around the corner. Okay? This has been going on for such a long time, and no school in sight. I'm talking about a fully functional school. He also stated it's not going to be accredited. It's unaccredited. So what's the point then? Why would people pay $500 a month to send their child to an unaccredited school? Where Umar, who's batshit crazy, but also he's foul-mouthed. He's a sexual deviant too, if that matters to you parents out there. Why would they do something like that? They can send their child to a school there's a school that just opened. They built it from the ground up. Like last year it opened up. They can go to that school for free. It's accredited too, by the way, so that when those children graduate, they don't have to go get their GED. Anyway, that's what I'm saying. I don't understand why people think that somehow this is going to happen. It's not. 70 vet sent in 350 jewels, a finger heart. Thank you so much, 70 vet. Right back at you. I appreciate you. Okay. Thank you. TJ says Umar's hands are drier than the Sahara Desert. They usually are. Yeah, they're very ashy. Not that it matters. You're bringing it up, so I'd have to comment on it. Thank you, TJ. CJ says, I perversely wish he'd open the school because you could imagine. Because could you imagine Umar trying to handle a room of at-risk kids? There's no way. Umar don't even know how to handle adults. We were talking about this last week. He's so unhinged and emotionally unstable. When things don't go his way, he rages. Can you imagine Umar dealing with children? He don't even like children. He don't like being around them. He's never raised any children. He's not an educator. He tells people that he's an educator. He's never been an educator. Show me when was Umar an educator. Umar was a school psychologist, which is not an educator. He was a school principal for about 3 months. But I'm talking about in class, teaching children, dealing with children. Principals don't deal with children all the time. And normally they just deal with a couple of them. Then they delegate to the vice principals or to the counselors, right? Because they're doing administrative tasks. And most of those administrative tasks, they're actually delegating. That's why they have vice principals. Umar don't know that. Such a goofy. So the point I'm making is that Umar's never been an educator. He's never been a teacher. He's never been certified as a teacher. But he tells people that he's an educator. He's not. Can you imagine Umar with his foul mouth, his emotional instability, he's mentally disturbed. He's deranged. Foul mouth. Can you imagine him around children? And yeah, at-risk kids too, but I'm talking about just children, period. Thanks, CJ. TJ says that school looks like the Carter in New Jack City. I haven't watched the video yet, so we're gonna watch it. We're gonna get to the whole thing. Thank you, TJ. Vinny says sent in 440 jewels and says Uncle Alert. Thank you, Vinny Chino. Yeah, my dog's name is Chino. I got a matter of fact, I got to remind myself in about 20 minutes to go take him a walk. Someone please, or not take him a walk, but take him outside. You can use the bathroom. Someone remind me in the chat room if I forget, because I know I am. Thank you, Vinny. What's up, Brandon? Says those buildings look like something out of I Am Legend. That was a good sci-fi movie, though, Brandon. It was good, especially for that time period. Okay, it's not a classic, but it's not bad. It's a decent, I would say, good sci-fi, but not great. Starring Will Smith. Okay, yeah. No, wait, that's the other one. I'm thinking of I, Robot. I Am the Legend is the one that's dystopian future with zombies, right? Yeah, I'm not into the zombie stuff because I think it's overplayed and they do too much of it. Yeah, that's a nut. I didn't particularly care for that one. It's not that it was bad. It just wasn't. I don't think it was good. I don't think it was great. It was kind of like mid, as my kids say. Yeah, so years after a plague kills most of humanity and transforms the rest into monsters. Yeah, this is a zombie soul survivor kind. I'm not into the zombie stuff. I think they do that too much. Oh, it says that Willow was in that. I don't remember seeing her in that one. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Brandon, for the super chat. Lewis Lex says, I thought somebody was going to jump out around that corner. It's even scary on the outside. Yeah, during the daytime, right? I wouldn't even drive past that place. Yeah, I wouldn't. I would drive by. I shouldn't say it that way. I would, if I was in a car, I would roll by. I'm from Southern California, so that kind of terminology is triggering. But I wouldn't be up over there at night. I'm not a scary person, but I'm smart. I got street smarts. I wouldn't be up over there at night or when the sun starts setting. I wouldn't do it. So Umar talking about he gonna have the kids there at night and all this other stuff. He said he was gonna cuddle with the boys too, by the way. So no, I wouldn't be up there. And if I wouldn't be up there when the sun was getting close to sundown, I wouldn't want no kids up there either. Period. Nobody's kids. Umar's scared up there himself, Lewis Luck. You know, if the principal's scared to be up there, y'all shouldn't be up there. Okay? It's in the hood. Thanks, Lewis Luck. Van Varner says, Umar is the perennial principal of the school that doesn't exist. Yeah, there is no school. He's a perpetual pro-black procrastinator. He jumped on the blaming tethers train. Now, this is a more recent phenomenon, though. If you go back to early Umar, he wasn't talking that way. And so tether is something that Tariq Nasheed talks about a lot. It's where he classifies the delineation between Black Americans or African Americans who are descendants of slaves versus Black people here in the United States of America who are immigrants. Right. So Umar, for a long time, he's actually gone against that standpoint of the tether and FBA stuff for a long time. And he would always say we're all Pan Africanists because it's more inclusive, at least from Umar's perspective. Now, what Umar has done, I would say over the last 10 months, is he's kind of diverted away from that. He comes up with DAFA. I think it's called DAFA. Yeah, he comes up with DAFA. I think it was towards the end of last year, if memory serves me correctly. It stands for descendants of African freedmen in America. And that's another delineation, freedmen being that their ancestors are enslaved Africans as opposed to black immigrants or black immigrants. You guys see what I'm saying? So Umar makes that delineation. And then he comes up with the story about the black immigrant from Jamaica who's sabotaging him because he doesn't like Umar. See what he's doing? Diabolical. All before, for decades, it's all Pan Africanism, inclusion. If you're black, it doesn't matter. We all in the same family. But Umar has to concoct a story, and he wants to jump on this. Us against them. Okay, I'm not into any of that. Straight up, I'm not into any of that. Okay? I have ancestry who were slaves. I have ancestors who were immigrants too. Okay, so if someone want to call me, I'm a half tether, that's fine. Don't make me no difference. I don't give a shit. Don't make me no difference. Okay, what I'm saying here is that Umar, he purposefully created Dafa in anticipation of creating this story, this narrative, this lie about this Jamaican immigrant who's sabotaging him and sabotaging FDMG and sabotaging the certificate of occupancy. Okay, that's diabolical. Right? Thank you, Van Varner. Larry says, reminds me of post-apocalyptic movies when the plants and animals take over the buildings. Yeah, yeah. That often happens in the post. I don't like those movies in general. I don't like the dystopian future movies all that much. Some of them are okay. I'm talking about in sci-fi. But yeah, that's a common theme where if it's in the future and humanity has dwindled and, you know, it's a dystopian future and then you start to see nature kind of take over, you know, buildings crumble, skyscrapers get toppled and there's trees growing all over the place, bushes growing, vines growing up, skyscrapers and all that kind of stuff. So that's a common theme actually in post-apocalyptic movies and dystopian futures. Yeah. And that's what FDMG looks like. Yeah. Thank you, Larry. U225 says Enterprise and 225 are boot on the ground family. All right. Brandon says those buildings look like they're located in Amsterdam. Amsterdam. Yeah. What's the name called Umar? He said that he's like a hamster. This is just living in filth, everything scattered all over the place. We saw some guinea pigs at the thing today because I took my daughter to go get some more for her lizards and get some more crickets. And there's a big cricket shortage out here right now. Like you got to call in advance to try to get them. But they said they had the people who supplied, they had a big old colony and there was some sort of I don't know if it was a virus or what it was, but they said the colony died. So you can barely find crickets out. It's been like this for like maybe a month and a half now. But anyway, there were not hamsters, but guinea pigs. And yeah, you see all that stuff in there and then they be rolling around. It's just like, when he flipped his phone. Okay. Amsterdam. Okay. Thanks, Brandon. User 225 says she who must not be named. All right, we got you. Thank you, User 225. Lewis X says, hopefully Enterprise has a zombie specific. Oh, we got 1,000 people in here. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you hit that like button. That's what I'm saying. We get great views for the live streams, but we don't get many views after. And this happened back in January too, but it changed after a while. It's just an algorithmic thing. That's why if you guys hit the like button, it really helps. But as long as there's people that show up, you know, I'm so thankful. Thank you guys so much. So hopefully Enterprise has a zombie-specific weapon on him when he walks around that place. Something might break through one of the boarded windows. Yeah. They look bad. I mean, the optics of it is horrible. And Umar hasn't addressed that. If you guys remember, and you remember this, Lewis, like when Umar did the first paint day, I think that was in 2020. I think it was in 2020. Could have been 2021. I think it was in 2020. If memory serves me correctly. They didn't do any prep. There was no mold removal from the walls. You know, they didn't do any, what's they call? I can't remember the term right now. They put the primer, no priming, none of that stuff. They didn't power wash the walls or anything like that. They just painted over the mold and dust and dirt and everything else. And they used the paint from the Moyer Academy, which had been sitting in a storage that Umar got into, but it was sitting in a storage with no air conditioning for roughly 4 years. That's the paint he used, but he asked for donations to get new paint. See that? Yeah, it looked bad then. It looks bad now. Man. Thanks, little sucker. What's up, 100% Real Man sent in 10 jewels and a gold coin. Thank you so much, sir. Shout out to 100% Real Man, everybody down in Texas. Anton sent in 10 jewels and thumbs up to you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Black Wolf says, Umar going to be like the movie The Principal. The kid's going to try and take Umar out. Remember, he said in the one vid, take that little... I don't remember him saying that. Did he say that? Take that little ninja out my school? I don't remember that, Black Wolf. Anyone remember that one hit the one? What video was that? Have we covered it? Because I'll pull it up right now. You know I'm petty. I'll pull it up right now. Yeah, I don't remember him saying that. I don't remember him saying that, but I wouldn't be surprised because he said a whole bunch of crazy stuff. Yeah, Black Will said he did. I don't remember seeing that one. Oh, there's other people. Be Highly Opinionated hit the one. Damien hit the one. Rumble with JD hit the... Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, okay. Yeah, there's a lot of people hitting the one. Yeah, I just don't remember it. I wouldn't be surprised, though, because he said a lot of... I know that's about it. So I'll pull it up if I knew what video it was. I would pull it up. I'm not surprised, though. I'll take your word for it. I'm not surprised because he said a lot of crazy stuff about kids while he up there in bandos. So I'm saying if anybody else is, if any kid's principal says something like this kind of stuff to come out of Umar's mouth, okay, but Umar gets a pass, including Umar Johnson followers who support him and defend him. But if their child's principal talk like Umar, okay, and including Umar's racist rhetoric about black children. Okay, now all of a sudden it's Black Lives Matter and we got to march and we got to protest. But Umar says the same type of shit and worse, and he gets a pass. Okay. Yeah, if anyone knows what video it is, let me know in the chat room. I'll go get it. I know I have it. You say you're trying to remember. Yeah, HR will be calling right away. There'll be litigation involved. Yeah, Black Wolf says Black Wolf gonna try to find it. Okay, yeah, I'm intrigued too. I'm looking, trying to see if anyone knows. Thank you, Black Wolf. Patrick sent in 40 jewels, says, Uncle Alert, Uncle Alert. All right. People try to say I'm old. That's fine. I'm just happy to be alive. Okay, I'm thankful. Okay. Thank you, Patrick, for the 440 jewels. What's up, Gee? Sent in 250 jewels. It's a laughing disco. Thank you so much for that. All right. Disco music is awesome, by the way. And especially disco funk. Yeah, my son was listening to Earth, Wind, and Fire earlier today. Yeah, I have to adjust this. I think that it's too much yellow in the lighting, at least on my phone, but it's all good. Okay, and thank you, G. And then Alfreda says, I bet Umar has thousands of dollars in fines from code enforcement. Well, I do know this. I don't know if there's fines, because I did look recently. I looked to see if there were any current fines, but I didn't see anything. Could there have been fines from the past? Absolutely. In fact, Umar, there was, I remember this, it wasn't last year, I think it was a year before. He was doing a live stream, and then there was a code enforcement agent that he was talking to. You guys remember that? So one of the issues with Umar was that he didn't keep the grass cut for extended periods of time. And that's a code violation. Another code violation was that he didn't have the area fenced off like it was supposed to be fenced off because they're on the vacant property list. In essence, they're abandoned. So yeah, I'm sure that there's been fines that he has paid. Okay, and that's all wasted money. But these are things that Umar should have taken care of from the beginning. I remember back in February of 2019, Alfredo, I told people, I said, the first thing that Umar should do is he should erect fences around these buildings to keep them, to make them secure. or at least semi-secure, okay, because people can jump over the fence. But as a business, and if you know that you're going to be doing renovations, and Umar didn't start renovations for over a year after he acquired the trap bandos, wouldn't you erect a fence to keep the property safe? He doesn't do that. So the point is that him getting the fencing was part of him coming into compliance with the code enforcement, because there were people like homeless people, you know, they would be sleeping on the steps. There would be homeless people in the little area where he has those little, there's grass, kind of looks like grass and the little tables, the cement tables and all that stuff. It's like, turns into a kicking spot for homeless people and drug addicts. So he had to come into compliance. I'm sure that Umar has spent quite a bit of money paying off code enforcement fines, and that's all wasted money. He should have handled a lot of that stuff from the beginning. But see, the Umar doesn't matter because it's other people's money. He has no skin in the game. Okay. Thank you, Alfredo. And then Sean sent in 200 joules and said, jamming. Thank you so much, Sean. I appreciate that. Okay. Thank you guys, everyone. Thanks for all the super chats, all the super stickers, and also all of the super chats. All right. Did anyone happen to have any idea what that video Blackfoot's down now? Okay. No, I don't. Okay. Yeah, I don't think anyone remembers exactly. But I do have to look for the video where Umar was talking about the Kwanzaa, the 7 days of Kwanzaa. I'll look for that once we get going here. And then 100% romance sent in 10 joules and says hi. Thank you so much. Okay. Let's get back to the main video. This time I'm going to give you my commentary and my reaction to all this. YouTube5 says Lenon has severe gallio. Oh, now I ain't looking because it's probably something crazy. You know I gotta look it up. All right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it does. It needs to be tweaked. F-stop, etc. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, and I have it up here. I'll adjust it a little bit while we're going on here. I know one thing I can adjust right away is the temperature. Let me do that. Let me change the ISO. Yeah, and then the f-stop, it's at 5.6. Yeah, hopefully that makes a little bit of a difference. Okay. All right, so yeah, use the 225, you tripping. Yeah, I'm gonna take him out. Yeah, someone remind me in 10 minutes. Okay, so 7:40. Remind me in 10 minutes, I'll take him out. All right, so let me get to the main video. Here we go.
Good people, as I've.
Okay, and I'm gonna mute Enterprise. What I'll do is I'll give my commentary, and then when we get to the part where I ended before, I'll let him talk again, and then I'll go take Chino out, then I'll come back and go back to that spot, and then start again. Yeah, it looks bad. That right there, that's not a tree, by the way. That's a bush. Okay, the bush over there, that's not a tree. That's a bush. Yeah, still boarded up. Clearly, there's mold problems over here too. I mean, it looks dirty and dingy. How's it going, guys? Little princess? Yeah, this is the other side of the street, I believe. He hasn't done anything over here. And yeah, there's the mushrooms growing. Okay, anytime you have mushrooms growing in grass, it's a issue of standing water. So the water's not filtering out. There's a term for it, but it's not filtering out properly. And that contributes to mold, mildew, mushrooms, fungi. You see this? So I want to say irrigation, but there's a specific term for water, movement of water, so that it doesn't become stagnant. Yeah, he said that everything was done, right? It looks horrible. Yeah, those are mushrooms. That's crazy. Mold up on the side too, growing up the side. You see it at the bottom, growing up the side of the wall. Looks like he has this chained on this side to keep people out. Okay, this tree right here is overgrown. Boarded up still. These aren't trees, these are bushes too. Because I had one of these at a previous residence, one of those right there. That's a bush as well. It's just way overgrown. Yeah, grass isn't cut. Yeah, it looks horrible. And yet people still defend Umar and they say he's going to open up a school, that he's serious. Yeah, this is a problem. See the mold up here that's coming down? Because again, this is water. There's supposed to be a downspout from water from the roof to take it down, and it's supposed to filter out. There's a term for it. I just can't remember the term, but that doesn't exist. So the water just runs over, and then that's where you get the mold growth. And then if you see over here with the black, I don't know what that's called, trim, if you will, the black trim, there's something going on behind that. That's a serious problem because, yeah, what I'm thinking, well, it could be two things. It could be water coming down from the spout at the top, coalescing on top of the molding or paneling. I'll use that term, paneling, the black paneling, and then it's going across and then filtering down. That's probably what's happening there. That's a problem. Yeah, and this is something he could have taken care of day one when he acquired these trap panels. Just and it's not difficult. It doesn't take a lot of time, doesn't take a lot of money. Just have the downspouts installed or do it himself. I could do that. 7.5 years later. And see, because he hasn't done that, this mold issue gets worse and worse and worse. And that's why you got mushrooms growing, because all of the water, it's not going where it's supposed to go. He's not even thinking about that. He's not even concerned about that. It's crazy. Oh, man. Yeah, this is not good at all, y'all. Whoa, man. You guys realize what that is? That's vegetation growing up on the roof. So part of the issue is, then there has to be some sort of organic material up there for it to grow in. That could be dirt, right? But on top of that, it has to have standing water that doesn't trickle off down over to the downspout. And that makes sense because there's no downspout. So you got water up there too. And that's why you see vegetation growing up on the roof. Umar should be ashamed of himself. This is horrible. This is absolutely horrible. And we've seen some stuff, right? But this right here, man. All right, let me do this because I want to take let me go for like 3 more minutes. I'm gonna go take Puppy out. Yeah, this is horrible. Let me go. I'm also turning this light on too, by the way. There's no justification for that. Got vegetation growing up. What is that? Yeah, you got vegetation growing up the side of the building. Graffiti. Yeah, yeah. He said it's done. And again, in all fairness, this is the other side of the street, but even still, he doesn't even take time to get anything done over here. We gonna cut it down. We gonna cut it down. Whatever it is. If it's on the floor, we gonna cut it down. If it's on the roof, we gonna cut it down. If it's on the doorknob, we gonna cut it down this month. Family. Them plants growing on the roof ain't gonna stop us, family. The mold over there ain't gonna stop us, family. We gonna cut it down, whatever it is. Yo, it's bad. In my mind, I saw the image or video of them guys cutting, you know, they were cutting the grass like slaves, but this time they up on the roof doing it. That's horrible. All right. Thanks, T. Jones, for the super chat. I appreciate it. Okay. Okay, a lot more graffiti. A lot of this graffiti wasn't there the last time I've seen this. Umar, he rarely shows this side of the street though. Just horrible. It's a bad investment. Yeah, still boarded up. Yeah, more spray, more graffiti over here, from what I remember. Yeah, lights all busted up. Yeah, he hasn't cut this down. There's barbed wire. This is horrible. He doesn't even care. Yeah, trees overgrown, trees all up onto the up onto the building. That's a problem. Yeah, Umar should take the time to cut that down. It's not a big job either. I mean, he can travel to the UK. You mean to tell me he can't do basic maintenance on these bandos? More graffiti, more mushrooms. Yeah, fungus, mold, mildew. It's a major problem. Yeah, serious water. I'm just going to use the term irrigation issues. Yeah, you guys let me know when we get to the part where I ended the last time where Enterprise was giving his commentary. And then what I'll do is I'll pause it there. I'll put his audio back on for his commentary, and then I'll go take Puppy out to use the bathroom. Yeah, it is. It's sad, you know, because he's received millions of dollars, and he's wasted. This is all a waste. The purchase price was $400,000. That's a waste because not one black child has been educated. He paid. Oh my God. Yeah, I saw that. I had this in the screenshot. This is unacceptable right here. And you know what I don't understand? Well, it's unacceptable, period. Okay, you got graffiti on the door, but there's all kind of trash inside of this. I don't know what you call this doorway pit, for lack of a better term. We got 1,000 people in the building. Hit that like button. What I don't understand is why is it that there are bricks in there, but these bricks are not from that. It's not associated with the other bricks. These are bricks that someone brought over there. You guys notice this? Because the bricks that are over here, they're gray bricks and they're larger, but the bricks that are mixed in with the trash, these are smaller bricks and like clay bricks as opposed to cement bricks. Anyone else catch that? And then there's all kind of trash in there and who knows what else up in here. Just horrible. See, Umar, he doesn't show this. That's why this is important. Shout out to Enterprise. Okay, it's the mold growing a little bit down below the boarded up windows, and obviously they're near the walkway at the bottom of these bandos. A lot more graffiti this time. Yeah, he has no shame. Yeah, y'all let me know when we get to the part where Enterprise finished his commentary the last time. And mold growing down there. There's the sign that's still there. That's the Umar Academy sign. It looks horrible now, way worse now. And Umar hasn't taken this off. There's a poll question. The poll question is, should Umar Johnson have taken down the Umar Academy sign after 7 years and 6 months? 89% say yes. 11% said no. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pause it right here. I'm gonna put back on the audio for Enterprise. I'm gonna take Puppy out so you can use the bathroom, and then I'm gonna come back to the Moyer sign because I want to play something for you from 2021 to show you how ridiculous this all is. Okay, thank you, T. Jones. Enterprise says, let me come on and give commentary after you. Yeah, well, I'm not going to have time. I'm not going to have time. But maybe in an upcoming live stream, we can have you on. We got to get through all this today. I want to get through your video. Also want to get through the video from, it's from October 22nd of 2021. It's specifically dealing with this Umar Academy sign. That's why I have the poll question up. But thank you for the feedback. Also, thanks for going out there to do this video. But we'll get you on. Black Mario says, where's the brother with the sling blade when you need? Yeah, this is what we were talking about earlier. Yeah, Umar has vegetation growing up on the roof. That's a serious issue. That means that there's enough soil or decaying matter, whatever it may be up there. And then there's also enough water up there to, that's just crazy. That has to be standing water. Okay. Thanks, Black Mario. Let me do these quick. Ruva says, so sad, cut it down. Yeah, he got, it's just ridiculous. And this is a huge one. I've seen stuff. I've seen all kinds of stuff up there. Homeless people up there, people with, clearly they were having sex up there because there was condom wrappers. You guys remember that? And they were empty. There were drug syringes. There were like a baby mattress up there sitting on the side and all kind of other stuff. I have a video where there was a homeless lady sleeping up there, like laying up there, like literally sleep. And someone had to wake her up to get her to move. All kinds of stuff. I found this video recently. I don't even remember if we covered it or not, but it was literally, there was empty condom wrappers. Umar talked about how he was found condoms up there. Anyway, it's just sad all the way around. But to see vegetation growing up on the roof, to me, that's like, man, because we're talking specifically about whether or not renovations are complete. I mean, how do you have that happen? And you tell people everything's done. It's just sad. Just wasted black people's money. Thank you, Ruva. Miller Time says the FDMG farm is growing on the sacred roof. Thanks to the ancestors. I don't know. Maybe that's his Umar Johnson's idea of a garden. You know, the FDMG garden where they're going to be growing stuff. Because he said he was going to do that community garden. Maybe he's going to do it up on the roof. Okay. What's up with your Michael Jackson and Michael Jordan? Got the big old head and a little old body. Yeah. People were mad at my list, my top 10 list. I'm gonna do another video on that. I'm gonna go back at people because people was tripping. But thanks, Miller Time 440 for the super chat. Shout out to Michael Jordan, the greatest of all time, in my opinion. And then Anton sent in 30 jewels and it's a flower. Okay, thank you so much. Let me go do this real quick. I gotta go, and I apologize. I've been having to go do stuff. I gotta go take Puppy out to go use the bathroom. So what I'll do is I'll play the video from where we stopped here, and I'll let it continue to play. And then when I come back, we'll go back to where we're at right here. Okay. And then shout again to Brother Enterprise. Here we go.
Consciousness. We told you we was going to get the kids from the whole tri-state area. This is what we're going to transport them on. Right here. Where my bus driving Africans at? Where my transporting Africans at? We're going to need a new battery. We're going to need a new Tunde battery. But this is the bus that's going to take up all your children and transport them from Baltimore and Philly and Lower Delaware and Northern New Jersey. Newark, when I was up there, I told you we was going to come get you. This is what we're going to have your kids in. Right here. Gosh, I wish you could smell the outside of this bus. It smelled like EFI fraud day. This is where your kids are going to attend with the mold streaks and the foliage and the dirt and the grime. This is what we done fought for. This is what being a revolutionary is all about. I told you I was the RB Jesus of this. Another shot at the EFI Tunde transportation. Who else in the black community is doing what I'm doing? Who else? I told you we're ready for the certificate. I told you. The struggle streamers and the haters didn't want to believe it. They said it couldn't be done. We got free school uniforms, but they're not going to be for fraud DMG. I told everybody that we was going to get these buildings up to par. They're ready. Can't you see it? Never mind about this crack foundation. Never mind about this black mold. Never mind about all this trash and litter. You pointing these things out is irrelevant. Never mind about any of it. Believe in E5 Fraud Day. Hit the PayPal. I can't say hit the Cash App anymore because Cash App has already realized that I'm a fraud and kicked me off. GoFundMe realized that I'm a fraud and kicked me off. Don't you want your kids to go to this right here? This is the high school. It's waiting for you. Look at the beautiful RBG rock. The E5 Fraud Day rock. We spent hundreds of dollars painting that rock, getting the gloss. Well, we can't trim the hedges behind it. The mold pouring off of the window sills that are still boarded up. It's ready. I told you it was ready. This is where your children are going to come and go each and every day. Because you know we run 7 days a week. This is where you're going to come, and it's going to be the epicenter for all the black community functions. Did you forget Date with Moist? Did you forget Black Parent Boot Camps? Somebody done let their dog desecrate the E5 Fraud Day grounds again. But enough about the high school. We've shot the high school. This was everything. We walked around the entire building. Again, we got foliage growing off of the top of the building. Who could say that in the conscious community? Now let's go shoot and reshoot the baby, the elementary school. Doesn't this look inviting and welcoming? Don't you want your kids to be a part of this? Again, your school, my school, our school. It's ready. It's ready. They're holding us back. The city of Wilmington is holding us back. The inspections are done. The final one is just being the one that's held up. Chop by T. Tell somebody to come get us ready and inspected. Call up the city of Wilmington like I know other people have and protest for us. Loon, call up the city of Wilmington and protest for us. Father David, call up the city of Wilmington and protest for us. This crack foundation should be passable. The mold spores that are growing from outside this building should be passable. The rust collects that are coming from off this railing should be passable. The unkept foliage in the grounds that cover this entire campus should be passable. They holding us back from a revolution. Breakfast Club. You got pulled. Tell somebody. I've been on your show enough. Charlemagne, where are your donations at? Shot by T, where are your donations at? Loon, where are your donations at? This is the revolutionary. Same hornet's nest. Same ripped up screens. Same boarded up windows. Same uncut grass. Unkempt foundations. Litter. Foliage growing out of the entire building. Black mold everywhere. Honestly, this is what you promote? This is what you're giving any type of credence to? Look at this.
Yeah, great commentary. All right, let me go back and give my commentary from where we ended before. And thank you guys again for tuning on in. Make sure you hit that like button. Our goal is 500 or 400. Like we're at 450. Let's go for 500. We can still get that. We got 1,068, almost 70 people in the building. Thank you guys, everyone, for tuning in. Hope you're enjoying the show. Should Umar Johnson have taken down the Moyer Academy sign after 7 years and 6 months? 88% said yes. 12% said no. I want to take a couple of minutes to address this Moyer sign situation because Umar was called out on that years ago. And I want to play for you guys what Umar Johnson's response was. So he right here, this is the Moyer Academy sign right here. Okay, so we'll pick it up right here. But I also want to show you guys something else. You can see mold coming down. See what it looks like. Let me tell you guys, if you guys look at the top on the right, at least it's my right, there's mold coming down or forming, coming down. There's water that's seeping down right there. I don't think that there is a downspout there. I just think that there's issues up there on the roof to where there's spillage that's coming over and it's coming down and then it stops. But see, I think what has happened is that there was graffiti there before and Umar's had it painted over and he just painted over the mold. So you don't see that streak of mold going straight down anymore because it's covered over with paint. Hit the one if you guys see what I'm talking about. And he's done this on the other side of the street too, where there was he's done this on the same side of the street where he put in a downspout and behind it was mold. He didn't even clean the mold. He just put the downspout right on top of it. Yeah, it's just diabolical and sad. What's up, Ms. Converse says, I would laugh if Umar had swing blade man on top of the roof cutting the grass with the swing blade. Yeah, that would have taken me out. I don't think we would ever recover for something like that. But I mean, the thing is that these are not, they're major issues, but they're easy to avoid. So if Umar just made sure that whatever going up on the roof is taken care of, part of it is drainage. They don't have proper drainage for when water forms, when it rains or even when it snows. And then the snow melts. He doesn't have proper drainage on the roof. That's a problem in and of itself. But in order for vegetation to grow up there has to be something that is growing out of. So there has to be some sort of decaying matter. It could be soil. It has to be something up there for it to grow out. But the fact that it's doing that in the first place, that's a major problem. But if Umar just simply had installed proper downspouts when he purchased the trap ban 7.5 years ago, that wouldn't have been an issue. So that's one thing about Umar and his incompetence and how he doesn't know what he's doing. I've been telling people this for years. He didn't know what he was doing in 2019. Clearly, he doesn't know what he's doing in 2026. He didn't know what he was doing in 2010. Clearly, he doesn't know what he's doing in 2026. He didn't know what he was doing when he conceptualized this in 2004. Clearly, he doesn't know what he's doing in 2026. Because if he did, we wouldn't see that up there. And it's nothing. It's major, but it's minimal amount of work could have been done in February of 2019 so that something like that would not take place in 2026. And it's so simple. You know, a real man, even if you didn't want to pay somebody, because people have been giving them money to get renovations done. He said renovations were done back in 2023. But a real man would have just said, okay, I'll do it myself. I'll go to Home Depot and I'll get the downspout. Just make sure I get the right size. They can probably cut it for me there. If they won't cut it for me there, then I could just get a little bit longer than what I need and have someone else cut it for me. And then I'll get a ladder and I'll do what I have to do to install it. Nothing major at all. That's nothing. It's not a major task. But Umar, he already admitted he doesn't know how to work with his hands. He doesn't know what he's doing. Here we are in 2026, and we got vegetation growing up on the roof. Thanks, Mr. Controversy. Tanya Sentendrey, that's a gold coin. Thank you so much, Tanya. I appreciate it. Okay, I'm all caught up with the super chats. Let me give you guys my commentary on. So let's do this. Let me make sure I have this queued up. So I'll let this play. Okay, so here's the Moyer Academy sign, and like I said in the beginning of this live stream, for those of you guys who weren't here, Umar should have changed this day one, February of 2019, when he acquires these trap bandos. He should have changed that signage. There was another Moyer Academy. It wasn't like a sign like this. It was more like a banner. And Umar didn't take that down either. It ended up falling down because I remember half of it was hanging down the side of the building because of wind. And at a certain point, it got blown off. Umar terminology. But he should have handled this day one. He did put up some signage for FDMG back in, I want to say it was in 2021, if memory serves me correctly. People are so excited about that, but he never took this down. Now, I want to go back in time because if he was serious about opening up a school, he would have taken this down first thing, February of 2019. I'm going to go to, 2021. This is from October 22nd of 2021. And Umar, someone inside of his chat room while he was live streaming out here, they called him out on this. Check this out.
Now, to the coon who just asked that question, I'm going to answer it.
See, and they asked specifically about why is the sign not down, but notice he starts name calling right away. See, that's not a strong argument. It's like when I did my top 10 greatest NBA players of all time. There's people who got upset, but there were people who had good arguments and strong arguments. Some people had weak arguments, but then there are also people who just called names. But calling people's names not a strong argument. You know, if a lot of people, they said, well, you have Kobe too low. Okay, I get it, but I have, for that particular list, I weighted heavily MVPs. Kobe only has 2 MVPs. See what I'm saying? Jordan has 6. LeBron has 4. So I weigh heavily on the MVPs. But there's people who got upset and they were like, no, there are people who left LeBron off of their top 10. And they said Kobe should be second. Someone was saying Kobe is the greatest of all time. No, I watched Kobe. I watched his whole entire career. I'm a Lakers fan. No, he's not the greatest basketball player of all time. But the point I want to make is that there are people who they just start calling names. Well, that's not a strong argument. Umar does the same thing here. He starts calling names, calling people's names as opposed to simply answering the question. Here we go.
Now, to the coon who just asked that question, I'm going to answer it. I don't usually respond to coons because I'm too intelligent for the nonsense, but I'm going to answer that question. The question is, if we own this school, why haven't we take down the Moyer Academy sign on the side of the building?
See, they called him out on this. All right. Yeah, Kobe. He has 2. Did I say? I hope I said that right. He has 2 Finals MVPs. Because to be clear, I think he only had. Yeah, he has 2 Finals MVPs. Jordan has 6, and LeBron has 4. So that list was heavily weighted on Finals MVPs. So that's why I have LeBron at 2. I have Jordan at 1. I have Kareem at 3, et cetera, et cetera.
Now, people with intelligence already know the answer to that. People with intelligence.
Yeah, Umar does this a lot too. When he's on podcasts, he'll say things like, you know, the people who criticize me or the people who are haters or the people who do this and do that, they're not intelligent people. Or he'll say things like they're emotional. No, Umar is the one who's emotional. He's extremely emotional. He has a difficult time regulating his emotions. We gave examples of that last week. But the other thing is that I'm not the brightest bulb in the light bulb. I always say it some weird way. I'm not the brightest bulb in the wall socket. Okay, we'll just do that one. But I know how to analyze things. in what people would call critical analysis. I try my best to stick to logic and reason, and I'm a reasonable person. I'm not saying that I'm brilliant, but to say someone to simply say, hey, this person who's criticizing me and who has good points, and again, I can break everything down dealing with Umar, back to back Memphis. That's not a problem. But to simply say that this person is not intelligent, or my critics are not intelligent, or people in the chat room who criticize Umar that we're not intelligent, I think that that's disingenuous. But that's Umar's way of trying to make his followers appear to feel like they're intelligent, but everyone else is not. That's like a cult dynamic. Everyone else, they don't know the truth. We know the truth. Everyone else, they're of the world. We're not of the world. Everyone else, they're not smart. They're not intelligent, but we're smart and we're intelligent. That's what Umar does. He does that quite a bit.
Take down the Moyer Academy sign on the side of the building. Now, people with intelligence already know the answer to that. People with intelligence already know the answer to that, but I'm going to indulge this coon. Black power. The reason I will not be removing the Moyer Academy sign on the building of the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy, the reason the original name of the school is still up on the side with the picture of the ancestor, I believe he is. Forgive me if he isn't. I believe Dr. Moyer, Reverend Moyer, is an ancestor.
You don't even know. Goodness.
His picture is still.
If you're going to keep his sign up and you don't even know if he's still alive, come on.
Still there.
Yeah, this is what they call cap. He's just making this up. Yeah, that's what it is. He's lazy. That's why he ain't taking it down. He really is, Jimmy. And this is him making up. He's just making up something. He does this all the time.
The reason I'm not going to take it down is because he is an ancestor who this school is named after.
Oh, come on. That's ridiculous. I thought that the school was named after Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey, who are ancestors. What are you talking about, Umar? Umar, he out there. He's so out there. It don't even make sense. Yeah, that's it's BS. He's a professional liar. That's what this guy does. And he's making it up on the spot, too.
He is an ancestor who this school is named after. It was attorney Theo Gregory, former city council president for Wilmington, Delaware, attorney Theo Gregory, who raised the $13 million to create this school.
No, it wasn't to create the school, Umar. Cut it out.
11 years ago. Theo Gregory built these 4 buildings, not Dr. Umar and his donors.
No. These buildings were built way before. Okay, Umar, he lies so much. They were built way before, and I've actually shown that because I have the screenshots when they, for instance, the large building. There's a large gym. Okay, that's a more recent construction, but this was way before. Umar, he's acting like they built these up from the ground up. That's why he says stuff like these are modern buildings. No, these buildings have a long history. Francisca has researched all this going way, way back. I can't even remember how far back it goes.
And he named it after an icon, a freedom fighter, a civil rights leader in Wilmington, Delaware. So if he named this school after one of our ancestors here in Wilmington, who am I to take the sign down? That sign is going to stay there because that sign represents not only Reverend Moyer and the work he did for Africans in Delaware, it represents my big brother, former city council president, attorney Theo Gregory.
Oh, cut it out. Your big brother. Yeah, Maurice Moyer passed away in 2012. Umar does this video in 2021 and doesn't even know that he's passed away. Talk about we're going to lead a sign up in honor. Come on, Umar, cut it out.
It represents him. Because had he not done this, we wouldn't be here. Had he not built the Moyer Academy, there would be no Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. So to the anus.
See, here he go. And there's still no FDMG Academy. So what are you talking about? Yeah, Bridget. He don't want to pay anyone to take it down. That's what. And see, even if he didn't want to do that and he wanted to save money, I get it. Do it yourself. Why did he do it? And he still hasn't done it. It's 2026. This feels from 2021. He acquired these rap battles in 2019. He still hasn't done it. But he came up with excuses back in 2021. It's ridiculous.
Ask the question. To the rectum who asked the silly ass question, why is the sign still up on the building?
Why do you talk like that? You're supposed to be a school principal and a school psychologist with 6 degrees, but you talk like, why do you talk like that? Umar has a habit of talking about that stuff. You know what I'm talking about? Where I come from, we don't do that. We don't talk. Listen, we don't talk about that kind of stuff. He did the video on, because James sent it to me. He did a video on Art of Dialogue. He was talking about, what's the guy? The guy, Roland Martin, and about some of the stuff was going. God. And Umar just be talking. I said, why would you even be talking about that and even talking like that? He said that the private looked like a sardine. That's what Umar said. And then right after he said that, he says, I eat 2 cans of sardines. I should play it for you. I said, Umar, how are you going to talk about that another man's private like that? Say that it's like a sardine. Then right after that, you say you eat 2 cans of sardines a day. Now, I'm not going to be petty and play it. I didn't even download it. I said, I'm not downloading this. I said, what in the world? It's a new video that he did on Rolling. He was talking about Roland Martin, but he was on no. He said 2 cans. Now, if you want to have 2 cans of sardines, I don't know why, but if that's what you want, but I already knew that because Umar says he loved sardines back in the day. If that's what you're going to do, go on and do that, but don't talk about another man's private and call it a sardine and then right after that say, I eat 2 cans of sardines a day. I said, Umar, don't do that. Everybody want me to pull it up. I have to find it though. Let me see. Hit the one if you want me to pull it up. Let me see. Because what's this? James sent it to me. I might have already deleted that with that email. I said, I don't even want this in my email folder. Let me see if I pulled it up. I think I already deleted that one. Yeah, here it go right here. Yeah, it's in my trash. Okay. Let me see. Yeah, I was watching it. I ain't gonna play the whole thing because he was talking. It was just too graphic for me. I don't want to hear all that. Umar loved talking about that kind of stuff. Okay. Let me download it right quick. I'm gonna skip through to the part about the sardines though. But I already knew that he liked to eat sardines, so we used to joke about that back in the day. Sitting in his mama closet eating sardines, 2 cans of them a day. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna skip through to the part where he starts talking about, because some of this stuff I just can't play it. I said, man, why are you even talking like this?
He got a Shango stick that looked like a sardine. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. But I'm not gonna laugh at cut it out, Art. I'm not gonna laugh at my brother. I like to eat sardines. I'm a sardine. I eat 2 cans of sardines a day. It's good for you.
What? What in the world? Umar, you got to do better than this, man. It's just Oh my God. I told y'all. I told y'all. I told y'all. I ain't even got no commentary on. I'll just put y'all's. I'm just put y'all's comments up here. I ain't got. I. And don't let Umar order the pizza because they don't tell him what you're gonna have on top of it. He said, "Yeah, I eat 2 cans of sardines a day. I'll put baby oil on it." He said, "I put the baby oil on the sardines and I go to town." I said, "Oh no." Oh man, this guy, he too. He always saying weird. It's just weird. What's up, Sequoia? What the OGs? He be saying some really weird stuff. Listen, you ain't gonna catch. You ain't gonna catch me saying no crazy. That ain't gonna happen. He said 2 cans. He said 2 cans a day. Damn, if he said like a couple of them a day, okay, maybe I'll give him a pass. But he said 2 cans of it. Shout out to Roland Martin's fish tank. Oh man, this is crazy. Okay. Oh man. See, I ain't even comment. I'm just putting y'all's comments on there because it's just too much for me. I'll play it one more time and then we gonna move on. I never heard this. I just said pause forever. I never heard that one. TJ, what? Who does this? When I saw it, I was like, I told y'all I didn't want to play it. I did not want to play it. All right. He said, okay, let me get myself together because this has been wild. I'm going to play it one more time just in case. And we want to make sure we heard Umar right because I don't want to be putting nothing on him that he didn't say. Okay, here we go.
Into this, it'll only get bigger. YouTube don't care about the truth. YouTube care about clicks, views, and likes. That's all they after. So Roland Martin need to stay focused, keep his head down, keep doing what he's doing. If you like to get popped in the booty.
Oh man, I'm sorry, y'all. Let me skip. I'm sorry. I was trying to find. You can see the text up there. Okay, I didn't want. I did not want to because I don't think that if you're heterosexual male, you shouldn't be talking like this. Here we go, right here.
He got pictures going around talking about he got a Shango stick that looked like a sardine. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. But I'm not going to laugh at. Cut it out, Art. I'm not going to laugh at my brother. I like to eat sardines. I'm a sardine. I eat 2 cans of sardines a day. It's good for your brain health, Art.
Say what? Yeah, did he say it in the same breath? Listen, I didn't even.
Going around talking about he got a Shango stick that looked like a sardine. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. But I'm not going to laugh at. Cut it out, Art. I'm not going to laugh at my brother. I like to eat sardines. I'm a sardine. I eat 2 cans of sardines a day. It's good for your brain health.
Whoa. Umar. This guy. I don't know what to tell y'all. Oh, my wife said it's raining. Okay. Yeah, I don't have commentary. I didn't want to pull it up. I didn't because I want to give Umar the benefit of the doubt. I really do. You know, especially after last year and everything that went down. But sometimes he says stuff that, in my opinion, it's just inappropriate, and it makes me wonder. You know, it makes me wonder. Anyway, I don't know if we'll ever get into all of the art dialogue. If he actually talked about the school, then we'll cover it. But I don't know if he did or not. I highly doubt that he gave any kind of update. But he sure would get up there and talk about another man's private. Why even bring that up? Talking about how the size of it. What? Listen, I know it's different, but Umar's from my generation. But where I come from, you don't do that. Okay. Now, if you're gay, maybe, I guess. But if you heterosexual, you're not going to be talking. You just don't do that. And there's been so many instances of Umar talking like this. He was one time, him and Tip the Griff, they were saying that I was gay. And he was saying stuff that was coming out of his mouth that I was like, what kind of man? Why would a heterosexual man talk like that? See, even if he was talking about somebody else, why would those words be coming out of your mouth? Anyway. Yeah, you remember that? Yeah, he said he called me hot chocolate in Utah. Why are you calling another man hot chocolate? You don't think that's weird? Anyway. Yeah. He was talking real reckless in that video. Well, be thankful because he was tripping. Him and Tip the Griff. Tip the Griff wasn't going along with it, but Umar, he was saying other stuff. I said, there's no way that I would ever say something like that, period. But you don't talk like that. God, I'm late, sardine jaw. Damn. Yeah, we got to know for Umar. He's not just man jaw, he's sardine jaw. Okay, but I'm not. Let me not do that. I'm not going to put that on him. I'm just saying that it's weird and it's unacceptable, and it's highly concerning. I'll say that. Okay, thank you, Mr. Controversy. TJ says that had to have been a plug the way he's looking. Oh, that's from earlier. Yeah, that's from earlier. Yeah, the plug was coming through. I told people that a long time ago. Yeah, Umar be live stream, be like, oh, I'm on the live, King. I'm on the live. Come back around. I don't want to read that. I don't want to read that. I shouldn't even put that up. I should have read it before I put it. And I don't know, lady. I don't know. I'm just saying that because he said some stuff when he was talking crazy about me that time, and he was referring to some of that kind of stuff. I don't even like talking about it. I'm gonna leave that right there. But I don't know. Maybe he does. I have no idea. I just know from my generation, at least, where I came from, you didn't talk like that. Okay? It was a different time. I get it. It's a whole different. It's a whole different time. Thank you, lady, for the super chat. Be highly opinionated said he's always trying to make someone feel bad for asking valid questions, like how dare you have a brain and think critically? Yeah, and then he tries to insult people. He'll call them names. Right. That's one thing about Umar. He doesn't like. Excuse me. He doesn't like to be challenged, and and in particular, he doesn't like to be questioned by Black women. But he doesn't like to be challenged by anyone, and he doesn't like to be questioned about anything. Okay, unless it's a question where he can talk and make himself appear to be intelligent. But if he's being questioned for the purpose of criticism, like why haven't you taken this sign down? He'll go right to the insults, calling people names, talking reckless and talking about body parts. Okay, I'm going to say it that way. Yeah, it may be some truth to what a lady was saying, because in that video where he's talking about why the sign is still up, he says he calls the person, I don't know what to call that, and I'll leave it. I'm just going to leave it anyway. Yeah, that's Umar's way. He tries to make people feel bad. He tries to demean people. He calls them names because he wants people to feel as if they can't question him. He does not like to be questioned, and he doesn't like to be challenged. Okay. Thank you, Be Highly Opinionated. YouTube Advice says he's FDMG principal psychologist, and yeah, with the way he be talking, you know, it's just weird to me. That's all I can say. That's all I can. Thank you, YouTube Advice. Yeah, I'll pull it up. I just pulled it up, TJ. Unfortunately, he says other stuff in that video. Here, let me see. Here, what I'll do is I'll put it in the chat room if you guys want to go watch it. It's not a long clip either, but I just don't want to. I don't feel comfortable playing the whole thing. Because y'all go check it out. Go check it. I'll put it inside the chat room. In fact, I'll put this in there. No, I'm not gonna put this in there. I'm not gonna pin this. This is just for y'all. Y'all go check it out if you want to. Okay, I'm not saying to, but I'm just saying if you want to, go check it out. It's just Umar. He tends to talk like that, and he talks about that stuff going on up over there. Anyway, thank you, TJ. Sharman says, I remember that back then. Hit the 2 for 2 cans. Umar, why did you say that? You just can't just let it be. You got to say something reckless. Okay, thanks, Sharman. We still got 1,075 people in the video. Make sure you hit that like button. Our goal is 500 likes. We are currently at, it's not, oh, I'm on the wrong one. We are currently at, 1 second. Oh, 526. Great. Okay, let's go for 550. We give it to 550. That's our goal. Okay, our new goal. Thank you, Charmin. Hit the 2 for 2 cans of sardines. I'm gonna let Umar eat my Asian. All right. Okay. All right. Derek says, and y'all know he doesn't chew them. Okay. All right, Derek. Now, if you just came in, all right, you probably don't know what Derek is talking about. So I think it's apropos. I'm going to play this one more time, okay, just so that everyone knows what Derek is talking about here. Okay, here we go.
He got pictures going around talking about he got a Shango stick that looked like a sardine. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. But I'm not going to laugh at cut it out, Art. I'm not going to laugh at my brother. I like to eat sardines. I'm a sardine. I eat 2 cans of sardines a day.
Why would you say that after what you just said, Umar? Somebody said Umar's a sardine. He's a sardine soldier. I shouldn't laugh at that. Yeah, sports bet. That's what he said. He said a day, 2 cans of it. That's a lot of sardines to be gone. That's a lot of sardines to be gobbling down. I'm sorry. All right. Don't start, Edward. Why did the sardines cross the road? Oh man, well, okay. We got blow off. I'm being petty now. All right, because I had a plan. It was supposed to be a shorter show. I had a plan exactly what we're going to be getting into. Okay, let me get this under control. Somebody called him Toucan Sam. Seafood Shanti. He was sardine sergeant. Okay. The sardine samurai. All right, let me get up out of here. Let me get out this chat room. Anyway, I just wanted to make sure everyone understood what Derek was talking about. Okay. All right. Now that we're all on the same page, Black Wolf says Umar loves Shango tuna and No, let's not do that. Oh boy, this show got blowed off. Okay, thanks, Black Wolf. Thanks, Derek. Giannis says my father still watches this. All right. Yeah, your dad probably ain't seen the sardine saga. You got to come up with a thing. We got to come up with a phrase for this. So for future reference, that way we won't have to mention all this foolishness. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Giannis. TJ says, Umar, I eat 2 cans of sardines. That's wild. That's wild. That's a lot of sardines to be gobbling down. Thank you, TJ. It's a controversy. I'm late. Sardines all day. Okay, that's kind of got us started anyway. All right. And then UC Device says he called you hot chocolate because he's trying to drink that for Christmas. Oh, stop. Stop. I just thought it was weird what he said. He said some other stuff that was really, I don't know why anybody would be talking like that. But that's Umar. Anyway, thank you, UC Device. Okay, let's get back on task here. So 2 cans of sardines walking to a bar. So 2 cans of sardines walking to a bar. All right. All right. I got you. All right. Thanks, Derek. Thanks for all the super chats, everybody. You guys are awesome. You guys are hilarious, but I got blown off big time, okay? Because we're supposed to be done in like 20 minutes. Okay. Whew. Man, this has been wild. Umar on the next episode of My Strange Addiction. Yeah, but he's talked about, even before this, he's talked about sardines. How he loves eating sardines. I don't know what that's about, but that's what he's into. The sardine saga of 2026. It's always something. Okay. All right. Let me get back on. Now, see, I don't forgot where we're at. We were talking about the Umar Academy sign. Okay. Let's get back to it. Wow.
You silly ass coon. The reason the sign is up on the building is because if it wasn't for that man and the man who put the sign up there and built this school, we wouldn't be here. Period, point blank, end of story.
Okay. Yeah, that's the whole thing. This just starts back from the beginning. Yeah, but he was sitting outside and someone called him out on it and he went off. Okay, and it's still there to this day. This video is from 2021, and then here we are in 2026. This is from Brother Enterprise, and it's still up there in 2026. Okay, let me get my commentary moving forward on this. We got to start winding this down. Here we go. And so you see the Umar Academy. It looks way worse than it did back in 2019. All right, and there you have the mold. And it's been painted over. It looks like there's been a lot of graffiti activity over here on this side of the street. That paneling there, that's supposed to be black, but that white stuff over the top of it, that's actually mold getting started. And we've talked about that in the past. Yeah, there's some serious water issues. I want to say water irrigation, but there's another term for it, to where there's no standing water. This tree or bush is way overgrown. These are bushes actually on that side. This over here is a tree. Okay, he's not necessarily responsible for that because that's the other side of the street. This is a bus that's been parked out there for a long time. I don't know how long, but it's been quite a long time. Jay Witt showed it last year. It's missing a battery. Yeah, I was wondering if maybe this was one of Umar's buses, but it's an older bus though. You can tell it's old. Yeah, and there's a lot of graffiti on it too. Yeah, it looks like the chair or there's a lot of stuff packed in there too. Yeah, oh man, look at that. Yeah, that mold is out of control. There's no downspout over there. And there's no downspout there either. Yeah, and this is getting into the interior too, by the way. This isn't just on it isn't just on the outside. Yeah, this is on the inside too. I'm talking about the water intrusion. Yeah, see, if they ever came to go look at these buildings for inspection right away, they wouldn't have to go in. They would just tell right away, no, these are not going to pass inspection. It's automatic fail. Okay, trees are overgrown. Or bushes. I can't really tell from this far away whether they look like bushes to me, but they're way overgrown. But I would have to see up close to be able to know for sure. Yeah, just dilapidated. More mold growing down. Just horrible. Yeah, he hasn't done anything on this side of the street in 7.5 years. Just let it sit. It's just a horrible purchase. If he got these for $400,000, this building right here would be most of the value. So you figure the other side of the street would be about $200,000 or less. Okay, I'm talking about of the value because there's 3 different parcels. Well, he could have just taken $200,000 and just used that as, I don't know, a down payment on the building, or use that to rent a building. That was a bush right there too, by the way. Just wasted money. Yeah, trash in the grass. Grass needs to be cut. Yeah, it's amazing. To me, one thing I really don't understand is that if Umar really wants to make this appear, mold all over the place, the appearance, if he's serious, why does he go over to the UK and talk, and then he goes to Boston and talk, and then he goes here and there? He should be up here every single day. Yeah, see, and the other thing is that these buildings look worse than they did in 2019. This side of the street, it looks worse. You got 7.5 years of these buildings sitting, and you got water intrusion, mold growing, trash all over the place. That's a tree. That right there that's a bush. This one right here. It's just, no, that's a tree. That's a tree. Yeah, if you guys go back to 2019, it didn't look like this. I mean, it wasn't perfect. That's not what I'm saying, but it didn't look this bad. There's the sacred rock. He doesn't really refer to this anymore because he got the mural painted, and so he focuses on that now. But before, this is all he had to show to kind of give the illusion of progress. Mold under the paneling. These are bushes too, by the way. I've actually had these bushes before at a previous residence. Those aren't trees, but they're just way overgrown. Yeah, this is where the children, they were in here. They were inside. And Umar found out that they were in there, and he called the police on them. Okay, that's a bush right there. Yeah, a lot of mold I'm seeing under the paneling, the wooden panels. Yeah, that's a bush right there. It's just bad all the way across the board. I mean, it looks horrible. See, that's what I'm saying. 7.5 years, there's no way. Okay, this side street looks worse than it did 7.5 years ago. That's what I'm saying. If he was really serious about opening up a school and he was like a real man who got out there and got things done, he's lazy, and plus he doesn't know what he's doing. Stuff wouldn't look like this. There's no way. And then this is the side street where he's gotten some work done. Yeah, they just painted over the old paint. They didn't do any prep work or anything like that. Just painted over mold or whatever. Yeah, nothing's changed here. Umar, he's such a liar. It's the same thing. I mean, how can he say, look at it's amazing how much this guy lies. Look at, that's a tree, but look at how stuff's not even cut. Somebody said some of the sardines are asking if I'm single. Cut it out. I'm married with 5 kids. All right. So I'm the least single person ever. Yeah, this is a problem too, because there's cracking in here. You guys can see that. Yeah, that right there. That's not going to pass right there. They wouldn't have to go in. They just see that and it's not going to pass. There's no way. Okay, because this has been compromised. And if it's a safety issue. If a child is up there on top and they push and push and push hard enough, or a group of them, this could snap. Okay, depending on how bad. Oh, let me turn this. My wife is back. Depending on how bad the compromisation is, and there's no telling. Thank you, son. So there's a signage that he got put up, the FDMG sign right there. Okay, that's a bush right there. It's way overgrown. Looks like he has a bench over there. I haven't seen that bench. Okay, that's a bush. That's a tree. That bush is way overgrown. That's a tree, I want to say. I got to look closer. Yeah, that's a tree. Overgrown. Yeah, and he had to get this fence erected for compliance reasons. But I said that back in 2019. He should have had that up. He did it last year, 2025. Okay, that's a bush right there, way overgrown. Grass needs to be cut. This is the mural. Umar rarely talks about what he calls a sacred rock. After he got this mural, this is what he shows people. Yeah, there's a hornet's nest up there. Yeah, window still boarded up. Grass needs to be cut. Yeah, we'll go for 9 more minutes. I was planning on trying to have a shorter show, but 9 more minutes. We'll be back tomorrow too. I'll set up the show for tomorrow or after we're done. Yeah, lots of trash up here. Yeah, so don't go based upon what Umar says, because he said that the renovations were done back in 2023. He said that the school was done and open in 2024. And then in 2026, twice he said that renovations are complete, but clearly they're not. So always go based upon the evidence. And shout out to Brother Enterprise for going up there and taking this video. In fact, here's a link if you guys want to go and watch his whole oh wait, this right here. This is a link to the video I played earlier where Umar's talking about sardines. Umar's talking about sardines. Okay. Watch it. If you want to watch it, that's at your own peril. Okay. Don't come back to me talking no mess, because I don't want to hear about it. But here is Enterprise's video in full. I encourage everyone to go over there and check it out. In fact, after this live stream, I'll post it on my community tab, so we get some people over there to check it out. Shout out to him for going up there. Okay, before we get up out of here, let me just do these super chats real quick. The Kwanzaa opening video is called Dr. Umar Reveals Opening Day. He had on a red outfit. Okay, let me go pull this up. So I'm gonna type in opening day. Yeah, here we go right here.
Peace in Pan Africanism, peace in Pan Africanism. Peace in Pan Africanism, peace in Pan Africanism. Peace in Pan Africanism, peace. Peace and Pan Africanism. This is your big brother, Dr. Umar Tunde, the Prince of Pan Africanism, King Kong Consciousness, Intercontinental Tunde. I'm live and direct at the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy. I'm live and direct at the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy. I'm live and direct at the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey RBG International Leadership Academy for
Pan African excellence, brothers and sisters. I said I am live at the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey RBG International Leadership Academy for Pan African excellence, and this is the final day of Leo season. This is the final day of Leo season. This is the final day of Leo season. Peace and Pan-Africanism to all my Leo brothers and sisters. Good Garvey Day to the African continental family. Good Garvey Day to the Africans of Europe. Good Garvey Day to the Africans in Asia. Good Garvey Day to the Africans in Australia, the Africans in the Caribbean, the Africans in the South Pacific, the Africans of Central and South America. Good Garvey Day. Peace and Pan-Africanism to all my American African brothers and sisters across the 50 states and U.S. Virgin Islands. And speaking of the U.S. Virgin Islands, speaking of the U.S. Virgin Islands, speaking of the U.S. Virgin Islands, Dr. Umar Tunde will be
gets on these podcasts and they pay him, and then he comes up on some money and he goes smokes it up, and he reappears online, usually up at these trap bandos begging for money. Okay, because he runs out of money again. So we'll see if that happens this time, but it's happened consistently. It's a pattern with Umar.
Be pulling up in St. Croix this Saturday. Dr. Umar Tunde will be pulling up in St. Croix this Saturday. Dr. Umar Tunde will be pulling up in St. Croix, U.S. Virgin Islands, for the 86th anniversary of the Ethiopian World Federation. The 86th anniversary of the Ethiopian World Federation. The 86th anniversary of the Ethiopian World Federations. St. Croix, U.S. Virgin Islands, this Saturday, August the 26th, 3 o'clock at the Agricultural Fairground. 3 o'clock at the Agricultural Fairground. That's this Saturday, August the 26th, 3 p.m. at the Agricultural Fairground, U.S. Virgin Islands, St. Croix, 86th anniversary, Ethiopian World Federation. We had a great Leo season. August 11th, the renovations of the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy were complete. On August the 11th, the renovations for the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy were complete.
See how he tried to show like there's proof behind him? Ain't no proof behind him. He looked bad.
On August the 11th of 2023, the renovations of the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy were complete. Please hit your Cash App for the renovations. Please hit your Cash App for the renovations. Please hit the Cash App for your renovations.
Excuse my dog. He's whining because his mama got home. Be quiet, boy. She gonna come get you in a minute. Cry, baby. I'm gonna let him out. He can run up there.
Please hit your PayPal for the renovations. Please hit the PayPal for the renovations. Please hit the PayPal for the renovations. Get that checkbook out. Get the money orders, brothers and sisters. Let's fund the operation of the first school.
Now, to be clear, this is August 22nd of 2023. Remember, August 11th of 2023, he said that renovations were complete, right? But then in this video, he's saying to get on your Cash App, get on your PayPal for what? For renovations. Y'all catch that? Hit the one. See? He need money in the first place. That's why he lied about renovation getting complete, because he wants people to send him money. But then he tells on himself right here, because he's asked for donations for renovations, but he already said that renovation was complete that same month. What was it, 11 days prior? Hit the one. We almost done. Yeah, 11 days before he did this video, he said that renovations were complete. Then why is Umar asking for more donation money for renovations 11 days later? And he looks smoked out. Well, that's why. Because he needed the money. I don't know when people going to figure this out. These Umar Johnson followers who, listen, y'all ain't got no street smarts. He uses these bandos as a prop to get money out of people. That's why when he said renovations were complete, he lifted his phone up like this to get in the back so you guys can see it. He uses it as a prop. And y'all be like, oh, yeah, is it? And you send him money. He take that money, go smoke it up. And once he smoke it up, he back up here begging again. That's why he's looking like this. He's fiending right now.
Cash App for your renovations. Please hit your PayPal for the renovations. Yeah. Please hit the PayPal for the renovations. Please hit the...
Okay, why would he need donations for renovations if renovations were completed 11 days prior? See?
PayPal for the...
And again, that's what I mean by critical thinking. You ask critical questions: who, what, where, why, when, and how. You put together a timeline, right? It's not deep, but it does take some brain power. See what I'm saying? So if you do enough research and you ask the critical questions, then you realize that this is nothing more than a long con. It's a scam that's been going on for decades now, in point of fact. And what Umar does, he says, oh, those people over there, they're not intelligent. Those people over there, they're haters. No, we have some level of intelligence, and it's not about hate at all. It's about speaking the truth based upon facts, evidence, and receipts. See, what Enterprise showed in his video, it's a receipt. It's evidence that proves that those trap bandos are trap bandos. They're not done. Not even close. So why is it that Umar Johnson followers can't think critically enough? I'm specifically talking about this FDMG school scam to where they still believe that it's going to happen. When in point of fact, we've outlined several lies that Umar Johnson has told about these trap bundles, and we can issue 100 more. We can actually go point by point, 100 more lies that he's told about it. So why does Umar lie about this? Because he has to try to figure out a way to keep it going. So he said renovations were completed in 2023 when it was not. He said it was open. The school was open in 2024 when it was not. He'll say the renovations were done twice in 2026. He'll say that there is an immigrant from Jamaica who's sabotaging him, and then their boss is sabotaging him with the certificate document, and then that boss's boss is doing it. These are all lies. Look at this guy.
Renovations. Get that checkbook out. Get the money orders, brothers and sisters. Let's fund the operation of the first school in American history built collectively by the African.
See, now he says operations, okay? But he slipped up and said for renovation. But here's the thing. Notice how he doesn't say anything about decorations. So when we get into 2026, he says that the next phase is decorations, not operations. So how is it, critical thinking, how is it that in 2023, August 11th of 2023, Umar says the renovations are complete, which means that operations is next. And then 11 days later, he's still asking for money for renovations and then also for operations, which he claimed is the next phase of this. And he stated that back in February of 2019. Acquisitions, renovation or restoration, acquisition, renovation, restoration, and then operations. So then why is it then we get to 2026 and Umar says that the next phase is decorations? He throws a whole nother phase in there. And this again, he tells lies to keep this going so that he can keep running this scam indefinitely and collect money along the way. It's that simple. It's not rocket science. You Umar Johnson followers who believe in this foolishness, that's on you at this point. Now, you may like the other stuff he talk about. Okay, I get it. But specifically with this FDMG school scam, if you think that Umar is serious and if you think that he's about opening it, and if you think that this is not a scam, you're just as delusional and batshit crazy as Umar is. I'm talking about in 2026. You're just as delusional and batshit crazy as Umar is. Because the facts show and the receipt show and the evidence prove that Umar is a pathological liar and that FDMG is nothing more than a pipe dream. It's a means to an end for Umar. And the end is not educating black boys or black girls or black children. They ain't got to, the ends is to get money out of people so that Umar can make his ends meet, so that he can get his sardines, so he can have his 2 cans of sardines a day. Allegedly. Okay. All right, let me play a little more of this. We're going to be about here.
Diaspora brothers and sisters, hit the Cash App, $ FDMG School. Hit the PayPal, paypal.me/FDMG Academy. Hit the Cash App, $ FDMG School. Hit the PayPal, paypal.me/FDMG Academy, brothers and sisters. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, brothers and sisters. We got to get the work done. We got to get the work done. We got to finish what we started on Ifatunde Avenue. We got to finish what we started on Dr. Papa Boulevard. We have to finish what we started on Prince of Pan Africanism Parkway, brothers and sisters. Hit the Cash App, $ FDMG School. Hit the Cash App, $ FDMG School. Hit the PayPal, paypal.me/FDMG Academy. Thank you to all the brothers and sisters who came out to help us honor Nat Turner yesterday. Thank you to all the brothers and sisters who
Damn, he looked bad, bad, bad. All right. Whew. Okay, thanks, Rated R for Robin. Yeah, Zed, thank you for telling me to pull this one up because it goes to show you that he lied again. And the reason why Umar, he's out here, he's fiending. This is Umar in fiend mode. Okay, there's times where Umar, he ain't on nothing. There's times where he's high, like when he was throwing water all on his face and acting crazy, and he was pouring water all over. It's just crazy. Late at night. And then there's Umar where he's fiending. He needs his next fix. And that's when he really gets desperate and he just starts begging for money, looking like this, making up more lies to get more money out of people. I don't understand how these Umar Johnson fathers ain't figured this shit out. It ain't that deep to me. You got a Pookie who says that they're going to open up a school. They live with his mama in Section 8 housing. That's a deadbeat, don't take care of his kids, don't pay child support on time, doesn't even have his own vehicle, been homeless since the end of 2019. Fundamentally, that's what Umar is, fundamentally. Why do people think that this Pookie is going to open up a school and they're going to send him money for it? In 2026, now if it was 2019, okay, you can fall for the okie doke. 2020, I can see it. 2010, yeah. But in 2026, now, okay, at this point, that's on y'all. Real quick, again, thanks Rated R for Robin for the super chat, also for the recommendation. Excellent recommendation. Sharman sent in 250 joules, said laughing disco. Thank you so much, Sharman. I appreciate that. User 225 says sardines are usually packed with extra oil. I don't know about none of that. Okay, I don't know nothing about that. I don't want to listen, I don't want to hear nothing about that. Okay. All right. Thank you, user 225. I've never had sardines. Okay? But we used to eat fish a lot growing up. We used to go fishing for food back in the day. Oppie sent in 10 joules, a gold coin. Thank you so much for that. Rated R for Robin says that's not the video. Oh, that's not the video you're talking about? Okay. The Kwanzaa opening video is called Dr. Umar Reveals Opening Day. He said has on. Let me check one more time. Well, and if I can't find it here, I'll look for it while between today and tomorrow's live stream. And if I find it, I'll play it tomorrow. So it's called Dr. Umar Reveals Opening Day. Yeah, it's not. I may not have that video. Dr. Umar Reveals Opening Day. Yeah, I may not have that video. Okay, I'll look for what I'll do is I'll look for it on YouTube, and if I'm able to find it, I'll pull that up tomorrow. That'd be part of our side quest. Yeah, and it's not populating on YouTube either. Yeah, is that the exact title? Because it's not coming up. If you have a link to it, can you email it to me? You can do that too. Or if you have the title, you can email it to me at LenonHonor@yahoo.com. Okay. Thanks, Rated R for Robin. YouTube Divine says, why are Umar's teeth yellower than Tutu? All right, stop. Cooker said, did y'all see the Ed P? I don't know nothing. It's probably something crazy. Let me get up off of there. All right, thank you so much. And thanks for all the super chats. Thank you for anyone who sent in super stickers, or if you sent in jewels, the gifts. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Also, someone sent me in, and you know who you are, sent me a Cash App. Thank you for that. I appreciate it humbly. Thank you guys for all of your support. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. And if you did enjoy the show and you haven't hit that like button, oh, here it is. Oh, I remember this video. I have this video because he was outside on this video. I remember this one. Let me pull this up. Yeah. Actually, I think I have this inside. No, I don't. I don't have this inside of the documentary, but I've played this one. It's a short video. Let me download it right quick. I remember this because they had Umar. He was outside and he's speaking on a microphone, and there's a speaker, outdoor speaker that you can hear him on. So this is the video that you were referring to right here. All right, here we go.
Proud to let you know, for you today, I am proud to let you know that the first school in American history, built exclusively with the African dollar, will be ready and will be open this Kwanzaa of 2023.
Yeah. Because I have this one in the timeline for all the different grand opening dates. I have this one in there too. Wow, we still got over 1,000 people here. Okay, hope you all come back tomorrow.
And brothers and sisters, this will be a community grand opening, so I want all of you to come on down to Wilmington, Delaware, and celebrate. And what we did as African people by ourselves, we have to stop depending on white handouts. We got to.
Yeah, this is from 2023. Just diabolical. Yep, 2023. And here we are in 2026, 3 years later, and school still hasn't opened. This guy, he's been lying about this for such a long period. Thank you, Ready R for Robin. Shout out to Ready R for Robin. Okay, because we got to that other video too. I think that other video was important though. The one where Umar, he's asking for donations for renovations, even though he stated the renovations were already completed. And back in 2023. So thank you for that as well. All right. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for the super chat. Daxter says sardines are healthy and delicious. I never ate no sardines. At least I don't think I don't think I've ever, because we used to eat fish. I liked bass. Yeah, they had it was called Harbor Island up there in San Diego. It wasn't on an island, but there's an island off of like you can see it from downtown. But we would go and fish there, and what I liked the most was the bass that we would catch. We would catch croaker, and then also I can't remember what those fish were called. The fish that has two eyes on top. Okay, we didn't eat those though. We throw those back. Thank you, Daxter. Yeah, sardines. 11:15 Asmata says thank you. Then another great video. You're so welcome. Thank you everyone. Thanks for the super chat as well. Thanks to everyone who sent in super chats. Thanks for everyone who tuned in. I truly hope that you enjoyed the show. And if you did, make sure you hit that like button before you head out the room. I enjoy our time together. Okay, we'll be back tomorrow. I'll set up another live stream, and we got a lot to get caught up on. And there's some other stuff, more recent stuff that we got to get into as well. Thank you, Asmata. And then Mr. Confer says, I might drop the 600 jewels. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you, bro. Thanks for tuning in. And thank you for the jewels. Everyone else who sent in jewels. Also, thanks to the mods for handling business too. James, I still got to clear up my mods. James, 600. We got 600. Thank you guys. So, and salute. Okay, thank you guys for hitting that like button. I appreciate it. And the user 225 says Umar Johnson wishes he could mix his sardines with. All right. Okay. On that note, goodness gracious, what are we gonna do with you? What are we gonna do with you? As we always do, ladies and gentlemen.
If you misbehave, you got to come to the timeout room and you're going to get paddled. My beautiful African queens, my butter almond and butter pecan, my caramel, my guave, my chocolate fudge, my African buttercream, my pina colada, my caramel, my cinnamon, my nutmeg queens. If you misbehave, you got to come and get 3 strokes. Oh, yes, with the RBG paddle.
All right. Did he say his sardine queens? I don't know. Shout out to Black Morrow. That's your Principal Scammer Visions album, Banner Records. I did that video editing. Thank you guys again for tuning on. And make sure you hit that like button if you haven't already. Y'all are the best. Speak for us, chat. I appreciate you. Let's go.
Every time I turn around, there's another paint day going down.
Thanks, Wanda. Thanks, a lady. Tanya. Salute, James. Double salute, sir. Appreciate
promise that began.
Guys with the Princess, thank you for tuning in. Derek,
real big,
Damon, salute to you, Damon.
Got an answer for it all.
In the puppies.
Everybody looking to see how this story
is.
Wondering if the school ever opening.
Thanks, Francisca, for being a mod. I appreciate you.
One day it's this, next day it's that. Everybody laughing in the Cookie Crush chat. Is this the man that claims to be
Stay hydrated. Thank you, Casual Gamer Plays, with the 550 jewels. I appreciate it.
FDMG keeps rolling on. The Charles Principal. The one who's paddling your mom.
That is sardine thing. Oh my goodness. Sardine. Thanks, quick.
That Charles Principal.
Nobody's never, sardines forever. Sardines forever, snow bunnies never. All right.
Trying to figure out what's going on.
Crazy. Thanks to Kilo, Deborah. Artificially normal. You welcome, Dree.
Always an excuse for the school's delay. A different explanation every single day. A cell phone and a park is all he needs when he should be
Sardine Snack Squad. Okay. Someone remind me of that one, okay? Sardine Snack Squad.
Scrubbing toilets, painting mold. Every year this story's getting old. Losing donors day by day. All donations.
You welcome. How's it going to be? Lynn, TJ, thank you for tuning in, bro. Baxter, Prince Vanilla Queen, never. Yo, little grass on the roof is no.
Every week another big reveal.
Salute, Keylogger. Simply complicated. Thanks for tuning in. What's up, Derek? Thanks again. You got us flowed off during this live stream, but it's all good. You know how we do. Next time, make it 3. How's it going, Deshaun? No deaths? Yeah. Yep. None of that.
Now somebody asked one question.
Yeah, Kilo, this sardines was wild. Yeah, Tuesday tomorrow. I'll see you guys soon.
Cookie Crush Chat, break it down.
Toucan.
Is that him?
Toucan Sam. Yeah, good night. A Spoon Dip or A Spoon Edits. You guys know I can't read. Yeah, I remember Paul's Forever. That was funny. Yeah. Salute you, the cool tutu. Right off Robin. Don't have to thank you for tuning in. You welcome. You are so welcome. Bye. Taylor's in the building too. Thank you so much. You be talking reckless. Okay. Wow, that went by quick. I was in the chat room. I get so blown off in this chat room, y'all. That Charles principle. Yeah. Okay, there you have it. Thank you guys again for tuning on. We'll be back tomorrow with another live stream. I'll set it up in maybe about 10, 15 minutes. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Shout out to everyone who sent in the super chats, super stickers, or if you sent in the jewels. Thank you for your support. Okay, as always, I don't take it for granted. I appreciate it. And I also want to thank everyone just for tuning on in and coming through to hang out. There's nothing like the Cookie Crush chat. Okay, I love y'all, and I'll talk with y'all soon. All right, take care. Peace.